Hello, everybody. I noticed last episode there were some comments about my hair. I just want to let you guys know what's going on here. In honor of Oliver Tree, I'm ugly maxing, and I've decided not to cut my hair. It's just long, all right? Fuck's sake, bro. Are we not allowed to have long hair anymore? Are we not allowed to say, hey, you know what? I just don't feel like getting a haircut. I'm just going to let it fucking grow. But yeah, I'm ugly maxing. In honor of Oliver Tree. Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. What a sad story. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? What's up? What's up, El Jefe? What's up, John McCarter? Akuma Skill, Cloud K, what's up? Corey Smith squirting in the chat. It's emo ping. I'm not going for an emo look. This is just how my hair looks when I like condition it and shampoo it, and then it just falls down. And I've been just too lazy to kind of train it back. So it just is what it is. This is all natural. Well, not natural, because there is some conditioners involved here and some shampoo and shit like that. What's up, everybody? So everybody's making a big deal because Tucker Carlson basically talked a bunch of shit about Trump. And I think he's kind of right, to be honest, because Trump is trying to sound like a tough guy all the time, but now it's kind of like there's nothing backing it, and it's weak. But yeah, everybody's making a big deal because he said, "Shut up, bitch," to Trump. In a hypothetical conversation with Trump, I don't even know if he said it to his face, but he was referring to Trump, so everybody makes a big deal about it. So we got that clip. We got the war going on again. I fell for it again. Guys, we need to make another fell for it award trophy, because it seems like Nick Fuentes is right. The whole fucking peace deal is just a move to get JD Vance out from under the Iran war debacle that's going to sink his run for president. And yeah, we're back bombing Iran again right after the markets closed on Friday. They announced it. We're bombing Iran again. So to me, it's like, oh shit, was it all just a ruse? And it sure seems like it was a ruse now. I was really hoping, because when Trump was kind of like slyly talking shit about Netanyahu and slyly talking shit about Israel, I was like, okay, maybe he's fed up. Maybe he's pissed off that he's like got dragged into this stupid war. But no, actually now it looks like just another scheme to keep the fucking price of oil down, which, by the way, it's working. Say what you want, man, about Trump and his fucking retardation and his warmongering, but their little scheme to keep the price of oil down by constantly saying we have a peace deal on Monday morning before the markets open, it's fucking working so far. How long will it work? I don't know. But that's what it looks like. It looks like the whole memorandum of understanding was just another fucking way of trying to get the markets to calm down so they could get the price of oil down and then start hitting Iran again. So again, this is looking like another forever war. And yeah, wonderful. This is what we all voted for, boys. This is what I voted for. I voted for war with Iran. That's what I wanted. I'm being sarcastic in case you can't tell. Let's get to the Tucker Carlson clip here. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. You guys doing good? While Trump's getting rich, yeah, and a lot of his cronies around him are getting rich. It's just fucking retarded, dude. Here's a good little edit of the clip that captures what Tucker was talking about. And then we got Alex Jones talking about it, giving his commentary. And then we'll get into the Iran war stuff. More Charlie Kirk conspiracies. They're back to the exploding microphone again. That's the one that's blowing up on my feed. Everybody's just like, it was definitely an exploding microphone. Or like, okay. We're back to this retarded shit again. And yeah, and a bunch of Europeans are over here for, or not Europeans, but foreigners in general, are over here for the World Cup, and they're enjoying American life. So that's what we got on board for today, boys. Hope everybody's doing good. I was right, wasn't it, guys? You were right, John. You're a fucking genius, bro. You were right. Imagine supporting getting nuked by Iran. Yeah, that's what I'm supporting. It's such a fucking... Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I support dying by a nuke by Iran. That's what I support. You're fucking retarded if you fall for that line of thinking, bro. Fucking retarded. But hey, you know, it's okay. We love the retards around here. Let's pull this up. Anyway, links are in description. Smash a thumbs up if you haven't, boys. It's much appreciated. Links are in description if you want to support the show. And Discord
Trump
as well.
is again a slave.
Here's the clip of Tucker talking a lot of shit about Trump, but in my opinion, he's Where is he wrong? I mean, point out where he's wrong, okay? Be mad that he called Trump a bitch, but Trump is kind of a bitch now. But where is he wrong?
Trump is, again, a slave of other... He's not running anything, right? He's subject to the...
And this guy who posted this clip, obviously he hates Tucker, right? So he had to add some little dark, spooky music to the commentary.
Whims of others. I did my best to sell Trump, the idea of Trump, to people on the basis of
prayers for your father, Nuriel. Hope he recovers, brother. Whatever's going on. Much
claims
love.
that are now clearly false. So I did that. I just grieve for what his decisions in the Middle East have done to the country, and not just the war with Iran, but being a slave of Israel. What? You're an American, dude. This is humiliating to you. Not that I care, but to me, I do care. And my country, I care a lot. You can't be a slave to a foreign power. Stop. Trump is hostile to traditional Christianity, and Trump is mad at Christians for opposing abortion. And
see, that one's weird to me. Why would Trump expect Christians? I mean, look, there are some pro-abortion Christians. They're weird. Okay. To me, if you're a Christian, you should be pro-life. That's the standard Christian position. But Trump to be upset with Christians because they're pro-life and they don't want... that one's kind of hard for me to understand. Like, why would he care that much about abortion? Like, is he that diehard for abortion? Does he love abortion that much?
Mentions it a lot in private, a lot. And he's very annoyed by it. And opposition to abortion annoys him a lot. It was mentioned to me like 30 times. I vehemently oppose abortion, just to be clear. But I haven't argued with him about it. I just listened. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. It was Easter morning. We were going to go to services, and I just checked my phone, and I saw that. I've ever been that offended. I mean, it's like our main holiday.
I forgot about that. You remember when Trump posted himself like he was Jesus? I almost forgot about that. The news moves so quick, it's hard to keep up, bro. Like, oh yeah, that happened.
6306 super chatted $1.41. Did they hire Harland Williams for the sound effects?
No, I don't think so. I think that would have been even better if it was Harlan.
Today are the world's biggest religion, and you're comparing yourself to Jesus or swearing or what? Calling for the murder of innocents on Easter morning? Take a break, dude. Out of respect for the world's biggest religion, right? And the majority religion in your own country.
They're so mad at Tucker right now.
It was an intentional provocation. Trump definitely believes in the supernatural. There's no question about that. I know that. Does he believe in the Christian God? No. It's obvious to me, and I've experienced it a lot, that Trump uses a kind of communication in order to lull his audience into a defenseless stupor. He does a thing that he describes as the weave, where he doesn't answer a question, and then he moves into a kind of labyrinth of other seemingly disconnected observations. And the reason that it's not merely the rambling of an old man, and he is an old man, he's 80, but it's more than that. The point of that, and I've experienced it so much in so many different... you want the answer, actually? Trump does that when he's trying... Trump hates confrontation. I like how he's making this, like, deep. Like, no, this is what all politicians do. That maybe Trump does it better than other politicians, but that's the old school politician playbook. Like, you ask a question about something they don't want to answer. They'll go, okay, I'll answer it. And then they'll actually not address it at all and just talk about a totally different subject. And then, like, it never gets answered. That shit politicians have been doing forever. Trump didn't invent that. But he does, he probably took it to a new level. He reinvented it. He does that when he's trying to disarm you or tell you something you don't want to hear, or when he's dodging. Thank you for the two, brother. A question. Right, I forgot to say thanks. He lulls you. I got to say thank you for every chat. I'm a good, polite boy, Every super chat. Thank you. Into this kind of torpor where you're not aware that he's not answering the question because you're mesmerized by this word picture he's painting or the absurdity of what he's saying. And he knows it's absurd because he's not stupid. And it's happened to me, literally dozens and dozens of times with Trump. And every single time I've thought to myself, this is the funniest, most hilarious thing ever. In the kind of way when you're a child, I grew up in a world where kids smoked weed young, and you first smoke weed and you're like, you can't stop laughing. It's a spell. It's designed to disarm you, to make you less powerful and less able to resist. All right, okay. It's just a fucking tactic, bro. It's just changing the subject.
He's acting like it's some sort of voodoo witchcraft. It's like, no, he's just changing the subject. That's it. This is what all politicians do when they get asked a question that they don't want to answer. It's voodoo witchcraft. No, he's just changing the subject, Tucker.
Is that the same as a witch's spell over a smoking cauldron? No, but it's a first cousin of that. He's a believer in supernatural power, strongly. An inaugural swearing in, like everyone knows the rules. Like the protocol is, put your hand on the Bible. You did it the first time. And I was really bothered by it. And he didn't put his hand on the Bible. So
that was weird. Okay, remember that's a fact. The second swearing in, he did not put his hand on the Bible. That was just weird. Maybe that was just an old man fucking goof up where he just wasn't thinking and he was just confused and spaced out or something. I don't know. But in hindsight, with how the second term has gone and how he's completely fucking shown himself to be a bullshit artist, it is a little strange that he didn't put his hand on the Bible. The first term he did. And the first term, it was like a different Trump. So it is really weird.
The only point I made was, if you didn't care.
The point of that noise, Dalkini, the little sonar sound, is to make what Tucker's saying seem like dark and fucking dangerous and scary. And it's because whoever edited this is a complete supporter of Israel. And anybody that's against the Iran war is just an evil fucking Islamic puppet who wants the world to get nuked. You want grandma to die.
If you didn't think it was real, like, why would you not put it in the Bible? It's just a book. It doesn't have any power. It doesn't mean anything. It's like
He didn't want his hand to catch on fire. That's a good idea. If you're doing Satan's bidding, you might not want to touch the Bible. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Superstition that desert people believed in 2,000 years ago. It's like it's immaterial. Just put your hand on the Bible. Who cares? But he didn't. Trump is super sophisticated about certain things, and obviously buffoonish in other ways. But he's not stupid, and he's not senile. It's just not true. I would love to think he's senile, and that's why he did this. He's not senile. First of all, I don't hate Trump. I've always liked Trump. I'm a shallow man. I like vulgar jokes. He's hardly the most evil person I like. I feel
at MFN Damien
What's up, Damien?
chatted $5. I'm fully confident that my weaponized tism can defeat Trump's ramble magic.
It's not autism, bro. It's like black magic. It's some sort of supernatural ability that you have, dude. You got to stop calling it autism. You have superpowers, basically, is what it is. Supernatural superpowers. If we could really figure out a way to weaponize the autists in this country to do, on behalf of the people, to like go to work for the people to make this country better, I'm for it. We need to do it.
sorry for Trump. He tried to posture his way out of it.
Thank you, motherfucker.
We're going to eliminate you. And after like the 400th.
Here's where he calls him a bitch. And he's basically saying like, Trump's making all these threats all the time, always bolstering like he's a big bad guy. And Tucker's like, no one believes it anymore. Shut up, bitch. Everybody made a big deal about it. Who cares, dude?
He's like Trump. I'm a shallow man. I like vulgar jokes. He's hardly the most evil person I like. I feel sorry for Trump. He tried to posture his way out of it. We're going to eliminate you. And after like the 400th Truth Social, they reached the same conclusion that everyone on the globe reached, which is this guy's not strong, he's weak. What'd you say? What'd you say? Say it again. Push you in the chest. You don't have to worry about those guys. And Trump is very much, what'd you say? Shut up, bitch. I don't take you seriously.
So that's the big thing. That's the thing everybody's freaking out about. Now you got like, who is it, Laura Loomer? Here's what Laura Loomer has to say. I'm told multiple U.S. senators and members of Congress contacted the White House and the president directly today about how toxic Tucker Carlson is. One of them told me this cannot continue. The silence can no longer continue. What do you mean it can't continue? He's a fucking free human. He can say whatever the fuck he wants. He can tell the president to shut up, bitch. He can complain about stupid fucking wars. What's the problem? You got to stop him? What are you going to do? You going to take him out? I mean, what are we talking about here? Tucker is going to cost the GOP the midterms. Lots of Republicans are sitting the midterms out over the GOP's refusal to condemn his vitriol because of who he is friends with. Yeah, that's what's going to cost the midterms. Yeah, it's because they're not condemning Tucker or trying to stop Tucker from his God-given right to free speech. That's what's going to stop the midterms. No, not the complete betrayal of the no new wars, the America First agenda. You know, the economy somehow hasn't fucking imploded yet because they keep manipulating it. But I don't know how long that's going to work. It'd be nice if it worked forever because I don't want to see fucking everything become super expensive, so whatever. But yeah, I really don't give a shit about his friends, to be honest. Laura Loomer is, she seems like a foreign agent, bro. A lot of these people seem like foreign agents. And sometimes, like, when people start accusing the other side of something, a lot of times the side that's doing the accusing is actually guilty of what they're accusing the other side of. So they're constantly talking about how Tucker Carlson's paid by Qatar, Nick Fuentes is paid by Qatar. All of these anti-Iran war influencers are all paid by Qatar. I imagine they're all paid by Israel, and they're just, you know, doing the old trick, which Hillary Clinton and the Democrats are good at that, just like constantly accusing the other side of what you're guilty of. So it just muddies up the waters. Instead of the other side actually being able to call you out, now they got to defend. They got to work from a place of defense. Like, no, I'm not. What are you talking about? So it's crazy. But yeah, I don't trust Laura Loomer is acting on behalf of what's best for America. We got Alex Jones. Let's see what Alex Jones has to say. We got to always have one Alex Jones clip.
So Trump saw that.
We'll get it out of the way early. But let's skip through the. We don't got to watch the whole clip again. Let's just get to Alex's commentary.
Incredible courage. He is a man of amazing integrity, and he has just an indomitable will, and I admire him. And he is definitely the biggest English-speaking voice in the world, bigger than Rogan. We're not counting here. I can just see the numbers. I know the facts. And it's good to have somebody out there that is so informed about the entire New World Order system. It was lonely when I was only the only major prominent talk shows that reached tens of millions that understood how stuff worked. A lot of you knew how it worked before I was born. But we're in a very good brain trust situation now, not just here, but around the world. Very, very exciting. And I got a lot of things Tucker Carlson's been saying. They've been spitting a lot of it out of context, just saying that he said, shut up, bitch. I don't take you seriously. He was talking about guys that say, I'll kick your ass and act tough and poke you in the chest aren't who you got to worry about. He was saying his dad said you got to worry about the quiet, you know, guys that'll...
Be honest, Alex. That was directed at Trump, and I'm totally fine with it. Because Trump is being a fucking bitch. And he's back to doing the same thing again. He's back to fucking threatening. He's like, well, we can't have peace now. I might have to completely obliterate. It's like fucking Groundhog's Day, bro. It's the same shit. We're right back to the same shit where he's just making threats, and then now we're bombing them, and it's like... And yeah, sure, would it be nice if apparently Iran struck a vessel traveling through the Strait of Hormuz, and that kicked it all off? Do I even believe that? I don't know, dude. I can't trust anything this fucking warmongering government says, but if it is true, it's like, Iran, you are in a position where you could probably get a good deal. So if you are still fucking striking things and keeping this going, that's fucking dumb. I don't know, maybe they think if they keep putting more pressure, they keep striking things, then like Trump's going to be even more hard up for a deal. But it's like, no, dude, you're just going to fucking push. You're going to give them like the excuses they need to get boots on the ground. And then it's just like, this is never going to end. Because the reality is it would be really ugly, but we would defeat Iran if we wanted to do it. If we wanted to fucking cost an ungodly amount of lives to do it and fucking destroy our economy, like we could do it, but it's not worth the cost of doing it. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sure the people running Iran aren't that fucking bright either. I mean, we did kill all their leaders. We probably killed all of the like people who would probably be the easiest to get a peace deal with. Somebody mentioned earlier, yeah, we killed the guy who had a fatwa on fucking nuclear weapons, and like that was smart, right? That was real fucking genius. Good job.
Just knock you out with one right uppercut. And to the other guys that just shoot their mouths off, shut up, bitch, I don't take you seriously. That was in a long 5-minute clip about Trump and Iran not taking him seriously. So he really wasn't saying that about Trump. He was obliquely, I guess you could attribute it to that, But that's how the media spins this, trying to get a fight going. He says in the larger interview, I love Trump. I like Trump. I want to get back on track. He knows Israel now is the biggest threat to our agenda, which is true because Israel's made itself that. That's just a fact. And I thought that Andrew Tate and Nick Fuentes did a really good job explaining the mindset of Israel and why they get themselves into this situation over and over again.
Dakini says, who exactly is running Iran if they killed everyone? It's basically like split up. So I think the way they have it out, well, technically the son, the one they keep calling the gay Ayatollah, the son is the head of Iran now, the new supreme leader. But because of the war, they've basically compartmentalized everything. So like the IRGC is doing its own, everybody's doing their own thing, essentially, with no one really communicating up top. So that's going to make it obviously a lot harder to coordinate a deal.
Because certainly there's been persecution of Jews, much of it unwarranted, but then some of it's been warranted at times in the way Israel responds to any criticism that you want to kill them and you're the enemy, escalates things very, very quickly, and we're now back in that position right now. But the biggest thing I want to hit is him on 9/11 2 days ago. I knew when he said he's worried about Israel staging a nuclear false flag or a big new 9/11 here to get us back behind the war, which all these top Israelis are calling for, that it would not get picked up by the corporate press because they don't want to inoculate the public mind to that because they want to leave that on the table for the neocons and the Israelis to do. And sure enough, there's been a news blackout. I mean, tens of millions watched the interview and millions watched it live. But imagine Tucker Carlson said that. Oh, they'll go with, he said Trump's a little bitch, which he didn't really do. They'll go with stuff like that, but they won't go with something that they don't want you to think about. And the fact that they're ignoring it, that's what you really do when you want something to go away, shows you what we need to be focused on. So I'll play a clip of the larger discussion of that coming up, and just remember how important that is. And in fact, I'm going to get into the communist running the tables, whoever Mondami backed, him swearing everybody in on the Quran, how that
was that Building 6
ties together with the border and more coming up. But let's go ahead and go to Tucker.
Pull it
on my broadcast on Tuesday, talking about
the Building 6 thing is pretty fucking sus, to be honest.
The elephant in the room, and what I've been saying for a year, if Israel got us into this war, which they've been trying since Midnight Hammer last June, a year ago, that they would either launch a nuclear attack on Iran or say Iran launched a nuclear attack on them.
Building 7?
Say with a barge or something in the Mediterranean that didn't.
I thought it was Tower 6. I don't know. I'm out of the loop. I haven't been watching 9/11 documentaries in a long time.
Destroy Tel Aviv, it blew out the windows, something like that. I don't think they actually want to vaporize the whole city, but they might in pawn sacrifice. And or a new 9/11 here domestically, perhaps even nuclear. And I've been saying that for years, but intensely for a year, almost every day, as you know, to get people to pay attention to it and to let them know that we're aware of their tactics. And now you have all these defense and intelligence officials saying, oh, yeah, if America doesn't get behind our war, we just need to do 9/11. That'll teach them. That'll get them behind what we're doing. So here's the comment that they're desperate that the public not discover that I suggest you share here.
What's so scary about it is it would work. If there was to be another terrorist attack to the level of 9/11, it would work. So many people would fucking just jump right on board and be like, all you gotta do is say it was Iran. We got the people. It's definitely Iran. And then all of a sudden, you're going to see a bunch of people who are all of a sudden going to support more Middle East war. So that's the scary part, because it would actually fucking work. Not everybody. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be like, I see what you're doing here. I'm not falling for it. But a lot of people are going to fall for it. I mean, look at the people in the comments being like, well, you want to get nuked by Iran? I mean, they fall for that stupid shit.
There it is. Now we have all these intelligence people and military over there saying, we need a new 9/11.
Yes, guys, Building 7. Sorry.
Thank you for show America me. To get in line. Iran's about to do a new 9/11. Oh, yeah. We know who was heavily involved in 9/11. Clearly, the Likudniks, Israel, along with some of their own elements, bare minimum, stand down, Building 7, the bombs in the buildings. So I'm really concerned that all Israel has left is nuclear blackmail and or a nuclear false flag or something like it to blame Iran. I really think that's on the table. What does Tucker Carlson think?
Oh, I forgot. Tucker was on Jones recently.
I think you're clearly right. I mean, they're saying it out loud, so we're not guessing. I mean, you just interpret their statements, which.
Oh, by the way, another topic, I'm not going to really dive back into today, but he had Palm Beach Pete on. It was kind of a interview. I mean, how do you interview somebody when the only thing they got going for them is that they look like Epstein? That's a difficult interview. But it turns out like the letter probably was fake. The letter he got about his DNA, where they told him to drop out of the mayor race for St. Pete or whatever. His lawyers are looking into it to see if it's real. So I imagine it was probably somebody trolling him, some bullshit.
Need very little interpretation because they're pretty direct statements. And I think they reflect reality. Israel feels that it's out of options other than something extreme. Moreover, this is not the beginning of the story. It's the end of a generations-long story. The buildup has been going for my entire life, and I'm 57, where Israel's solution to all problems outside its borders. And
Tucker's actually kind of young. He's only 57. I feel like, I don't know why I thought he was older.
Often within its own borders,
57's young
force
these days.
Killing people. We haven't killed enough people. That's why we're not at peace. I think Israel's a threat. Israel has one trump card. It's nuclear weapons. And you don't want to put Israel in a position where they feel they have no choice but to use those weapons. I think Israel's always been a lot closer to using nukes than any other country. I mean, we know that because they've said that. And I think they're now closer than they've ever been. So I'm not in charge of anything. I'm just a podcaster. But if I were running the US government, I would, immediately distance myself from Israel, stop paying for their genocide, of course, on moral grounds. But I would also try to calm them down, because if they get too overwrought, really destructive things could happen. That's an absolute possibility.
We'll see. We'll give it a little longer.
Because Israel is, for the first time maybe in my lifetime, legitimately threatened. And I say this as an opponent of the Israeli government, obviously a fairly well-known opponent of the Israeli government, but I don't want to see innocents die anywhere, including Israel.
You would say live by the sword, die by the sword. You want to go start all these fucking wars and, you want to fight in Lebanon, you want to fight in Palestine, you want to fight in Iran. Like, there's a risk to that. And you put your own citizens in danger. And, don't go starting wars if you don't want fucking, bombs dropping in your homeland. I don't know.
Period.
It's just,
I believe in you.
What's so frustrating about this is, like, I don't see an off-ramp for this now. There was an off-ramp. We had that MOU. Maybe Trump was going to get smart and he was going to fucking just put an end to this however he could. Because like he said, if we keep this going, it's going to be chaos in the streets. We're going to run out of oil reserve. Well, now he's keeping it going. So I don't know, man. I don't see an off-ramp anymore. We could look back 10 years from now and this shit is still going. The same way with Iran and Afghanistan. Like, this could end up becoming a forever war.
Universal standards. It's always wrong to kill innocent people, including in Israel. So
49 likes is pretty fucking good I just started the show 30 minutes ago. It's pretty good.
I'm not wishing their destruction.
I'm not complaining. Thank you, guys.
But I think they are in a very tough spot. And the problem for Israel is they've been talking for 50 years, my whole conscious life, about how they're on the verge of being destroyed. And that's always been a lie. But now you have an Iran that is a regional power. It's a global power. And it's not going to go away. And so Israel is in a place where domestically the country's gone crazy. They're convincing themselves that, every crisis is an existential crisis. The only way out is to kill more people, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then their great enemy suddenly becomes, paradoxically, ironically, way more powerful than it was when this war started 3 months ago. And so, where does that leave the Israelis? By the way, the United States is clearly going to begin the process, hopefully a short process, of distancing itself from Israel. We've got no choice. And they know that. The smart ones know that. So
I don't know. I wish that was the case. It sure seemed like that was going to be the case, but it don't look like it anymore. It looks like that was all a fucking con.
They're in a box, and in general, you don't want to.
I think they did this interview a few days back, so this is when it was still seeming like maybe we were going to get out of this.
Put people in boxes. You don't want to corner them, people or animals, because they do unpredictable things. And so I think Israel's a threat. Israel has one trump card. It's nuclear weapons. And you don't want to put Israel in a position where they feel they have no choice but to use those weapons. I think Israel's always been a lot closer to using nukes than any other country. I mean, we know that because they've said that. And I think they're now closer than they've ever been.
Secret nuclear program?
So I'm not in charge of anything. I'm just a podcast.
Why are they allowed to have a secret nuclear program? And Nick Fuentes is still in my shit now, bro. Did I get this from Nick? Where's this at? Here we go. Nick is stealing my fucking talking points, bro. What are you doing, Nick? Nick says we should just give Iran nukes, honestly. Yeah! That would be the end of this book. I mean, I wish they would have just fucking had nukes already. If they would have just had nukes, we wouldn't be doing any of this, and there would be no war. But yeah, hey, Nick, please, if you're going to steal my talking points, give me credit, okay? Thank you, Nick. You're right about so much, bro, by the way.
But if I were running the U.S. government, I would, immediately distance myself from Israel, stop paying for their genocide, of course, on moral grounds. But I would also try to calm them down, because if they get too overwrought, really destructive things could happen. That's an absolute possibility. And anyone who says it's not a possibility is lying. It is a possibility. So I would be very concerned. I am very concerned about that.
Well, that was my next question, is Israel's whipped itself into a frenzy, at least the Likudniks. I know our good buddy Ben Gvir has been making statements similar to the one Trump made when I said, okay, 25th Amendment Trump, if he really tries this or does this, when he said, tonight, the civilization of Iran ends forever, never to return. The next day, it'll be a smoking or glowing crater, nuclear weapons. He said, tune
Ben Gvir is a fucking psychopath, bro.
into Mark Levin. He says what I want to say. Mr. President.
Asmigoy doesn't agree. It's so crazy. I don't know, man. It is wild to me how many America firsters, no new wars, how many of those types are just like going along, man. Going along with this stupid bullshit like they did, like they don't fucking know better. I don't know, maybe they hope to get invited to some sort of White House fucking ballroom or, I don't know why they're going along with this stupid shit when so many people know better.
Do what Harry Truman did. A-bombs. Do it. Hit them. So we had to come out and say, that's crazy. I did. You did. And we got, called low IQ. Great. Who cares? No, we were actually high IQ. We were proven right. Now we hear nuclear talk by Israel. You've got all these horrible people and Israeli spies like Jonathan Pollard saying use nukes, hold us hostage using nukes. What do you now you've got Ben Gvir last week saying we're going to burn all of Lebanon. He said yesterday all of Lebanon is ours. We're taking all of Lebanon. He's more powerful than Netanyahu in many ways. Why are they foaming at the mouth like this? We want Turkey. We want Egypt, Greater Israel.
Hey, I just watched the World Cup game, or I watched the highlights of a USA versus it's not Turkey, it's Turkey. What the fuck is going on? What happened to the country of Turkey that it's no longer Turkey? Now it's Turkey-IA? Turkey-A? I don't even know how to say it. It's fucking retarded. Can we just go back to calling it Turkey? Please?
Ben Gvir looks like he's on 10 hits of ecstasy, like he's hallucinating on a power trip. Classic megalomania. And then this thing just moves forward. And we know Israel tends to double down, especially with the Likudniks. Now we have all these intelligence people and military over there saying, we need a new 9/11 to show America to get in line. Iran's about to do a new 9/11. Oh, yeah. We know who was heavily involved in 9/11. Clearly, the Likudniks, Israel, along with some of their own elements, bare minimum stand down, Building 7, the bombs in the buildings. So I'm really concerned that all Israel has left is nuclear blackmail and or a nuclear false flag or something like it to blame Iran. I really think that's on the table. What does Tucker Carlson think?
I think you're clearly right. I mean, they're saying it out loud, so we're not guessing. I mean, you just interpret their statements, which need very little interpretation because they're pretty direct statements. And I think they reflect reality. Israel feels that it's out of options other than something extreme. Moreover, this is not the beginning of the story. It's the end of a generations-long story. The buildup has been going for my entire life, and I'm 57, where Israel's solution to all problems outside its borders. And
yeah, Kumaskill, I'll respond because I've seen this comment from quite a few people. Kumaskill says, Ping, I have serious concerns about all the Muslims that have invaded our country. There's a guy who used to watch the show who's pro the Iran war and likes to DM me on Discord and explain to me why I'm bad and Tucker's bad and all the anti-war people are bad. And then he brings up the Muslim problem and how it's like, the two are connected in the sense that when we fucking destroy these countries, we create a refugee crisis, and then somehow so many of those refugees end up in our country. But it's like, you could actually clean up the immigration problem and not start stupid wars in the Middle East. Like, you don't need to do both. You know what I mean? So what we're doing now is not cleaning up the immigration problem, bringing in a bunch of people who are not really compatible with our culture, and then also starting wars in the Middle East, destroying countries like Libya, and now Iran's next, and creating this refugee crisis, and then we end up taking them in. And, you know, I know you think, oh, well, Trump's not going to take them in. Well, Trump's not going to be president forever. Eventually, we're going to have a Democrat president again, and we're going to fucking take these people in. I live in an area that a ton of immigrants from Africa, from Afghanistan. I mean, you see them walking around dressed like the fucking Taliban and shit. And yeah, it is a little creepy. But I'll tell you what. You know, I love American blacks. I'm part black myself, also part Jewish, and well, I converted to Judaism, and I'm part gay. Not entirely gay, just part gay. And I'd rather live next to a lot of these Muslims than a lot of these gangster black, you know, these hood rat type black people. So I don't know. I mean, I still think it's a problem, but they're easier to get along with. They're much more polite as well. But yeah, it's just, we got to stop with the immigration of like everybody. Everybody. Let's stop taking everybody in. Unless you're like a hot chick. Only hot chicks. They can come. Everybody else, you can stay home.
Often within its own borders is force, is killing people. We haven't killed enough people. That's why we're not at peace. And that's just a fundamental misread of life. Like, that actually doesn't work. It never ends well, ever, for anyone. Just as a practical matter, like, show me where that's succeeded. That strategy has succeeded for a nation. It never has, and it never will.
All right, now let's go to some more clips of Tucker. Here's Tucker, and if you watch the full 5-minute clip, he's telling a story about his dad and boxing and people in general that shoot their mouths off. He's attributing it partly to Trump, but he's not really telling Trump he's a bitch, shut up. He's just saying people don't listen to a bunch of bluster anymore, and then he used the example of fighting. Let's play 33, and then let's go to clip 40, where Tucker does take the gloves off with Trump. In another interview he did, and I totally agree with him, he pointed out that Trump, and Trump even told him this last year, as he told me about it when I was at Tucker's house. He just talked to Trump, that Tucker understood that Israel was the elephant in the room. He overall supported Israel, wanted Israel to be safe, wanted expanded Abraham Accords.
Bro, if I was president, I would immediately sign an executive order that would create a new program to expedite the immigration of hot Russian chicks. Hey, Russian chicks, you don't like Russia? All right, well, it'll take 2 days. We'll get the paperwork done. You can come immediately. That'd be my first act as president, would be to expedite the bringing over of hot Russian chicks, hot Ukrainian chicks as well. Hell, I mean, the Asian chicks as well. We'll get some hot Asian chicks. That needs to be number one, bro. That's the immigration we need. Hot bitches, okay?
But knew that Netanyahu was
got to give these spoiled-ass American women some competition.
Out of control and nuts, and had a bunch of crazies in his cabinet. And you've seen Trump now publicly say that and say, you know, we're trying to keep him a little bit sane. And back when I came back, I was at Tucker's a couple times last year in Maine and in Florida, and I told people, hey, I've got sources that Trump's really pissed at Netanyahu. They said, you don't know that. You're making that up. No, he thinks Netanyahu's crazy. Now Trump publicly says that. And I told you that then. And Tucker won previously not letting Israel drag us into full war. Netanyahu came out 2 days ago. We played the clips yesterday and said, oh, I drug us in on Midnight Hammer. I was going to strike, so they struck too. And the same thing happened on February 28th of this year. So he's in Hebrew on national TV reporting to the Israelis that, yeah, I'm in control. Yeah, I'm dragging the U.S. into this. Well, yeah, we know that. And so a lot of Trump supporters thought when Trump would tacitly support this, that you're supporting Trump if you support whatever Israel says. Now Trump sounds just like me. So all of you that attacked me and all of you that said I was a traitor and on the Iranian payroll and all this, look how you look now. Though the Israeli newspapers, this was in the news yesterday. In fact, I meant to cover it. Guys, you gave me the article, a couple of them. Just pull it up. I think it was Times of Israel, others. Israeli officials say Trump secretly works for Iran. So now Trump is bad. Trump works for Iran. Trump is panicking. Trump is low IQ. He's now saying everything I said. When did this war start? Let's put it on screen. It's still going.
It's kind of a tough situation because Trump's burned his original base. You know, now it's only the cat turds and the Ben Shapiros who support him. But the second he does like start to pull back from the Iran war, they're going to throw him so hard under the bus and start attacking him so hard that like who's he going to have left? Because a lot of us are not coming back. I mean, I'll say good job getting out of the Iran war, but it ain't the same, bro. It's like, you know, your wife cheats on you and you're like, you know, a year later, she's like super sorry and maybe you forgive her, but you ever going to trust her again? You ever going to look at her the same? You're just always going to imagine her getting dicked down by some other dude. It's never going to be the same. So he's kind of, I mean, I don't know. He put himself in such a dumb fucking position, bro, but whatever, dude. Who knows? Who knows what the fuck?
121 days ago? I don't remember exactly. Let's pull up how many days we are since February 28th. 117 days since we got in on March 1st. So it's 118 days since Israel started it. So again, that's just the reality. So let's go ahead and play those Tucker clips. Here they are.
So Trump saw that, and he's, you know, he's again not stupid.
Kakari, are you talking about Russian women? Kakari says if they are hot and single, it means they are crazy as fuck or drug addicted or both. Well, they could be crazy as fuck. I mean, that's just, I mean, what are you going to do? We're talking about women here. If you're going to throw all the crazy women away, then you're not going to have any women left. No, the Russian women have a hard time because there's not enough men in Russia. Russian women kind of have it how men have it here in America. Like men are kind of fucked in America right now when it comes to finding a wife and all that shit. It's the same for Russian women. I mean, there's nobody. I mean, Russian men have it made, bro. They have the most beautiful women. And there's just so many of them that are just desperate for a man. Like, you could be the fuggliest looking Russian dude and have a model looking fucking wife, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean, you know, we need to help the Russian women is what I'm saying. They need our help.
And he saw this, he's like, ooh, and he knew right away that this was a massive mistake and that we were really...
But I'm sure it's not getting better with the war now. I'm sure there's even less Russian men for the ladies
exposed.
there.
Could get hurt doing this. And there was no obvious military solution. I mean, he knew that. And so he tried to posture his way out of it. We're going to eliminate you. And after like the 400th Truth Social, they reached the same conclusion that everyone on the globe reached, which is this guy's not strong, he's weak. Strong people don't brag about how strong they are. They just punch you in the face. And
Sir Christopher says, I thought Israel had blackmail on Trump, but now I think he's just slightly retarded. That's something I wrap my head around trying to figure out, like, what's going on here? Was it just a con? Was he always planning on this? Was there some backdoor deal made after the assassination attempts where he's like, okay, I'll play ball, stop trying to kill me? Or was he just retarded and fell for the bullshit after Venezuela went so well? They're like, oh, we could do the same thing in Iran. It'll be just, we got to strike them. And then overnight, they're going to have a revolution and then they're going to overthrow. We're going to have regime change. And all we got to do is drop a few bombs. Maybe he was retarded enough to fall for that. There's a lot of theories. I hope one day we'll get the fucking answers. But yeah, we've already watched. Let's see. We'll skip through this. We'll see if there's any more commentary. Because we already saw this clip. Oh, I can't do Jeopardy. I'll get fucking a copyright claim. You can't even hum music. You can't even hum music without getting a copyright claim. I sang like the first 5 words to a Snoop Dogg song, and it got copyright claimed.
In fairness to Trump, if you watch that, they rush it up. The Supreme Court justice kind of stands back from him, and Trump's like this. I don't know, but Trump does believe in God. He does believe in energy. I've had conversations with him about it. I know people that before he even came out, he loves to have hands laid on him. People pray for him in the name of Jesus. He's all about it. Like, oh, when they pray for me, it feels even better than a rock concert. The energy's so great. Did you feel it? Did you feel it at the RNC? You know, it's interesting guy. 2 years ago, I said, I want something that's...
Okay, well, that's the end of that clip. What do we got next? Yeah, Laura Loomer. I think she wants Tucker assassinated. That's what it sounds like. Here's I haven't played a Tim Pool clip in a while. Let's see. Tim Pool.
At Leroy.45 long super chatted $5. Saluting face, saluting face, saluting face.
Salute back, Leroy. Leroy! Thank you, brother, for the 5. You're a rock, brother. Thank you guys for the super chats. I don't know if I mentioned it, but super chats are always open if you want to join the discussion and help support the show. Much love, everybody. But yeah, here's Tim. I saw a little bit of this. It seemed like Tim was kind of not happy with Tucker. What's going on with Tim? I haven't been watching enough Tim lately, but every time I kind of tune in a little bit, it seems like he's supporting the Iran war, and then I'm like, I'm fucking out. What happened to you, Tim? Is Tim another one who's like, well, I tied my fucking train to the Trump train, so I got no choice but to support every dumb thing he does? I don't know. I haven't been watching Tim.
I'd say Tucker Carlson has just crossed the line. Perhaps this is the point of no return.
Not necessarily that I hate Tim. It's just I've been too busy to fucking spend even 30 minutes watching his show.
The man, speaking on the Jack Neal podcast, told Donald Trump to shut up. He doesn't take you seriously. And he threw a little expletive in there, but we'll wait a few seconds because that's how YouTube works.
Oh, don't be a pussy, Tim. You can say bitch in the first 15 seconds, bro. Maybe not the first. I mean, bitch is really not even that big a deal to YouTube anymore. Fuck is the big one. Fuck, maggot fa. That's a big one. Runt, but with a C. That's a big one. I don't know I don't know why YouTube's so obsessed with that. I feel bad for the people in Australia because they say that a lot. Don't be a pussy, Tim. Jesus.
Tucker Carlson was criticizing Donald Trump over Iran, saying he was weak. Everyone in the world knows that he's weak. And then he explicitly called him out. He said there's two types of guys in the world. The guy who goes, what did you say? What did you say? And the other guy who just beats you with a glass bottle until you are not moving anymore. He said, Trump, he said, shut up, bitch. I don't take you seriously. Tucker Carlson is wrong.
When does Tucker Carlson start sounding like a hillbilly from the mountains, dude? Shut up, bitch. I don't take you seriously. He don't talk like that, bro.
And this reeks of just fake to me. I do not believe for a second that Tucker Carlson is sincere. And I'm going to break down exactly why, but I'll start just by saying this, and then I'll play the video for you. Tucker Carlson's been friends with Trump for a very, very, very long time. Was at the White House not even that long ago.
But does Trump actually have friends? Or does he have people that he just uses until he doesn't need them no more and then he discards them? Because that's the trend I see with fucking Trump. Is he's just like, he'll buddy up to anybody that can help him. But the moment you can't do anything for him, you don't exist.
And has the ability to call him on the phone.
Which, by the way, a lot of people behave that way in their life. Which is kind of fucked up. But that's how people are. People are fucking users. Selfish users.
Now, that being said, I find it hard to believe that Tucker, after years, a decade, 2 decades of being friends with Donald Trump, just all of a sudden is like, I don't like Trump anymore. I suppose, but Tucker's not that kind of guy. Tucker is a schemer, you know what I mean, to reference the Joker. And I'm not saying that somewhat, I'm not trying to be overly disparaging to Tucker Carlson, but
You just called him a schemer, dude. You're like, oh, he's a dirty little schemer. I mean, I'm sure you don't have any schemes, Tim. I'm sure you're not scheming, dude. Mr. No new wars. The wars are so terrible. And we got to vote for Trump because we've got to be done with these forever wars. And then Trump starts another war and you're okay with it? I don't know, maybe you're a schemer too. Seems like you might be scheming a little bit.
Smart man. He is a calculating
individual. It's a scheme to constantly cover up your bald head. That's a scheme. You're scheming big time with that fucking beanie. Just take the beanie off, Tim. I would trust you so much more, Tim, if you just let that go, bro. Just let that beautiful bald head shine in the fucking studio lights, dude.
He knows what he's doing. There is a distinction between his public and private personas, and we learned that from the Dominion lawsuits, and we learned that from the 2020 election, where although the left certainly exaggerated it, Tucker's public statement somewhat differed from what he was saying behind the scenes about Donald Trump. Now, with that in mind, I got to at least say, Kyle Kalinske was friends with Joe Rogan. If those don't know who Kyle Kalinske is, a prominent liberal podcaster.
Oh, I know.
And he was decently good friends with Joe Rogan, and then for political reasons decided to put him on blast and just attack him relentlessly, which is
not just political, also financial, because there's a lot of views and people, it's kind of dying out a little bit, but not completely. You still have the podcast cringes, the too lazy to tries, and a lot of new channels that are popping up where it's like every video is just Joe Rogan is terrible. It's all just shitting on Rogan, and it does good views, dude, because that Reddit crowd, you feed that Reddit crowd of ex-Rogan listeners who are angry over the politics, like, not just political. There's money involved, views, attention.
Just this, I hate everybody. I just say that. I have friends that.
Here we go. I thought he was gonna talk about Tucker, but now he's gonna talk about himself.
They're off limits. You know what I mean? That's just.
Yeah, Smokey Randy says, I like being bald, saves me a fortune in haircut and shampoo. Look, I've shaved my head before. I'm tempted to do it again, bro. Plus, I got psoriasis and it's popping up on my scalp again. And sometimes it helps to shave your head for some reason. So I might I don't know, man. You might see me come on with a shaved head soon, guys.
That's it. I
might do it again.
These people, they're all fake. They're all liars. Guys, I'm just going to put it like this, okay? I have a friend. This is hypothetical. Well, actually, I use a real example. Like I have several friends, people that I grew up with, people that I've known for a very, very long time. They are good friends. I'm never going to come on my show and attack them, no matter what. Literally, no. Like the extent to which we are no longer friends and they're publicly attacking me, then we're done. Maybe I'll issue a response, which I did recently to a ex-friend of mine. But there are a lot of people I know that I grew up with, that I've known for decades, that are liberals now. And I consider them to be off limits. I'm not going to attack them because I don't play those games. So
I don't like this comparison because he's basically saying Tucker is like Kyle, where Kyle started attacking Rogan because Rogan basically voted for the person he didn't like, which is kind of stupid. It's like if you have a friend and then that friend votes for Biden, are you going to fucking just be like, stop being friends with them? I wouldn't. We could have politics. I could say, you're an idiot for voting for, but you're still my friend and we're still going to be friends. I don't think this is the same. Tucker voted for Trump and Trump betrayed his base. Okay. In the worst way. We expected to be disappointed and betrayed, but we didn't expect him to go full fucking neocon warmonger. And that's like the one thing that like I can understand kind of crashing out about, because that was probably the biggest thing. Right, I never would have supported Trump if he didn't go so hard against the neocons and against the fucking Iraq war and Afghanistan war. And he went so hard against them. And if everything else would have been the same, except he didn't do that, I probably would have never voted for him because I was never planning on ever voting for Republicans after Bush. But yeah, I don't know if I think it's a little misleading to compare the two.
So for Tucker Carlson to tell Trump, shut up, bitch, I don't take you seriously, reeks of fake in a variety of ways. Either he was always a fake person who never actually was friends with Donald Trump, or he's being fake now for clicks and for views because here you go, it's working.
Okay. Or maybe he's upset because Trump started a war. Is it possible that he's just not happy that Trump is taking this country into a fucking retarded direction that we all voted against? Or is it, oh no, it's all a scheme, it's all this or that. No, he's just fucking pissed like the rest of us are.
And we will roll.
So Trump saw that.
And he knows Trump knows better too, which makes you even more pissed. Right? Because Trump has sounded exactly like how all of us sound while running for election. So it's like, you know better.
At Enacrad6306 super chatted $1.41. It's the uni party anyway.
True, it is, yeah.
And
so we were hoping Trump was going to be like something that would break that up, but no.
You know, he's again not stupid, and he saw this. He's like, ooh, and he knew right away that this was a massive mistake, and that we were really exposed. We could get hurt doing this, and there was no obvious military solution. I mean, he knew that. And so he tried to posture his way out of it. We're going to eliminate you. And after like the 400th Truth Social.
Yeah, we've already seen this. Well, Tim's going to drag on for 2 hours about one clip we've already seen. Let's go to the next one. So yeah, we got the Iran war kicking off again. It's really disappointing because I was like really hoping. Yeah, maybe call me naive, whatever, but I was hoping we were really going to see some sort of peace deal. But breaking, U.S. has launched massive attack targeting Iranian military surveillance infrastructure, communication systems, air defense sites, drone storage facilities, and mine layer capabilities in response to Iran's attack on a Panama flag tanker carrying more than 2 million barrels of crude oil that was transiting near the Strait of Hormuz this morning. First of all, that was dumb, Iran. But Iran, I think in their mind, the peace deal, the MOU was violated when Israel struck Lebanon. And at that point, it's like, okay, well, we're going to lock down the Strait of Hormuz again. And I don't know. I think Iran needs a fucking... You're already in a position of power, Iran. Like, you already fucking kind of can really negotiate some things on your behalf to, like, that'll benefit the country. Maybe even get some of the sanctions taken away. So, I don't know. I'd be nice if Iran would just, stop attacking anybody. But, I mean, it's what happens when you start a war, bro. It's like, you can blame Iran all you want, but we fucking started this. The Strait of Hormuz was open. There was no fucking attacks going on until we fucking decided to start bombing them. Was there another one here? Yeah, there was another one about how, like, once again, it was perfectly timed where they didn't announce that they were striking Iran again until after 4 p.m. on Friday. Perfectly timed for when the markets closed. And then watch Monday or maybe even tomorrow night. A lot of times they get ahead of the game Sunday night. We'll start hearing about peace deals again. And it's like, dude, how many times is the market going to fall for this shit? But here's Fox News talking about it.
This is a Fox News alert. CENTCOM has just confirmed that the U.S. launched additional strikes against multiple targets in Iran. These attacks are a direct response to continued aggression against commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz after the regime launched another attack in the Strait earlier this morning. Of course, for more, we're joined via phone by Fox News Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin. Jennifer, thanks for spinning up and getting on the phone with us. Walk us through what you know and what's happening right now.
Of course, Joey. I just spoke to a senior U.S. defense official who confirms to me that the U.S. military is carrying out a new round of airstrikes against Iran right now. This is in response to the IRGC hitting a ship in the Strait of Hormuz earlier today. It was about 4:30 a.m. when that ship was hit near the Strait of Hormuz. That's the second ship in 2 days, and this is the second night of bombing that the U.S. military is carrying out. The targets include air defense systems, drone storage sites, cruise missiles, targeting radars, and mine-laying capabilities, as well as surface-to-air missiles. That's according to a U.S. official. I'm told that this strike is much larger than last night, which lasted for about an hour. Iran, I'm told, had a chance to stop shooting. This official said they didn't take it. Instead, they attacked another ship in the Strait of Hormuz this morning, the MT Kiku. That's the name of the ship. That ship was carrying about 200,000 barrels of oil, and so it could have been a disaster in the Strait of Hormuz, a very dangerous situation. These are attack drones, one-way attack drones that Iran and the IRGC have been sending towards these ships.
See, the thing is, I don't know if like anybody can tell the IRGC to stop, because the IRGC is like their own boss at this point. Every little group split up and basically autonomous and doing their own thing. So even if you have a memorandum of understanding, if the IRGC doesn't want to fucking listen, they're not going to listen. But honestly, like the Strait of Hormuz thing it's like, it's the one thing that's going to keep this going. Like if Iran refuses to open it up, the war is just going to continue. So Iran really should just open up the Strait of Hormuz. It really should, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
Also learned
I don't know the
Iran
logic behind all this shit.
Responded to the first round of U.S. airstrikes, that 1 hour of airstrikes with attacks of their
here
own.
super chatted $5. We're going to invade Iran, and it will be a disaster. These are the actions of a dying empire. Mark these words.
Yeah, if we can never fucking step back and we this continues to escalate and escalate, that's where we're gonna go. And there's no, to me, like there's no way to just bomb Iran into surrendering. I mean, maybe a nuke would do it, but even then, I wonder if that'll be enough. So at some point, if we keep going, it seems like it's gonna lead there. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Is that a reference to Kyle? He always does that. Tee-hee-hee-hee-hee. Yeah, I always cringe when he does that.
On
Thank you for the
U.S.
5, bro.
forces in Bahrain. So they did target a U.S. base in Bahrain. The U.S. and Bahraini forces combined to shoot down 9 Iranian one-way attack drones, I'm told. No damage to or personnel injuries, according to a senior U.S. official. But this tit for tat seems to be escalating and certainly is throwing into question whether this ceasefire.
But the thing is, they don't want to cede any sovereignty. I get that, CWG, but if you know, as Iran, if you attack a ship in the Strait of Hormuz, you're going to reignite it. America's going to now bomb. You're going to give an excuse for all the hardline war hawks to start bombing again. So, I mean, you must want that. You must want the war to kick off again. And I don't think that's smart of Iran. They should want to end this war as well.
Is going to hold and whether this MOU is going to move forward. Joey?
Jennifer, it sounds like, this is Mary Catherine, it sounds like a lot of these are coastal targets and specifically offensive targets. Why are they still there? Were they targeted during the first round, or these things that they were able to build back up during ceasefires?
It's an excellent question, Mary Catherine, because you would have thought after those.
Mary Catherine.
What we do know is that the U.S. military had a target list, a very vast target list, and that when the ceasefire back in early April was called, it was called somewhat suddenly, and at that time they did have plans to carry out the continued targeting of these sites, particularly along the Strait of Hormuz and those coastal areas. They had worked, I think, for the days and weeks prior to that, they had targeted a lot of inland sites. It is surprising because we've heard that there were explosions tonight on Keshem Island, which was hit last night as well.
So yeah, all the promise of some sort of peace deal, it's just at this point it feels like it's done. And here's, once again, Nick stealing my takes, which everybody calls me retarded for this, but it's like it seems like a complete a lack of understanding about how nukes work to create peace. They do. I mean, say all you want about how terrible nukes are. If Iran had nukes, you think Israel would be fucking around with Iran? If Iran had done like North Korea and they had just said, "Fuck you, we have nukes. If you fuck with us, you're fucking with a nuclear nation," it would be just like North Korea. You wouldn't hear about it anymore. All of a sudden, you wouldn't hear anything about Iran. You wouldn't hear a peep about Iran from the media. Nick Fuentes explains that Tucker Carlson, Joe Kent, and Sachs are opposing the war to help J.D. Vance dodge the blame for the Iran war. Now, I can kind of see this, but I don't know if that's what Tucker Carlson is doing. I don't know if that's what Joe Kent is doing. But I can see the administration and J.D. Vance himself doing that. Because this war is going to ruin their potential politically in the future. It's going to destroy it the same way it destroyed the neocons. They didn't have a shot. They destroyed their political future by just pissing everybody off with a bunch of stupid wars. But is Joe Kent, Tucker Carlson, are they fucking in on this plot? I don't know, dude. Tucker Nick hates Joe Kent. Okay? Because Nick, to me, he let his feelings get in the way of politics, where Joe Kent, whatever reason politically, they felt they had to distance himself from Nick in order to get elected. And then Tucker called him a little gay boy. I got to reconnect the stream. Yeah, stream disconnected for some reason. Hopefully it's back now. Yeah, Tucker called him a little gay boy. So I get why he doesn't like him, but sometimes I think Nick's feelings are getting in the way.
But we know he didn't oppose. When the war started, he disappeared. He faded into the background because he knows when he runs for president in the primary in 27 and 28, they're going to say, war in Iran. What happened there? Energy shock, inflation.
Why happened to no new wars, man? And you ran on that.
Exactly. Yeah. And what did you do? Why didn't you oppose it, et cetera? And I think that what happened with Sachs, Kent, and Tucker is they are trying to help extricate him from the liability of the conflict. They're going to try and give him an out. And Tucker's got this interesting line. He's been interviewed a few times recently, New York Times, with the British journalist, with Jack Neal, somebody else the other day. And they say, so what do you think about Vance? And Tucker has this habit of saying, oh, well, he's got the hardest position in the world because, we all voted for Trump and placed all our hopes upon him. And, Vance just has to do whatever Trump says. If Trump betrays the voters and takes us to war, Vance's job is to support Trump. So he really has no choice in the matter. Even if he opposes it and it's bad, well, what can he do? It's just so unfortunate. And what that belies is they don't want him to catch the blame for this next year.
But isn't there a certain reality to that as well? If you are the vice president, or in Tulsi Gabbard's case, the DNI, your job is to serve the president. You're not a decision maker. You're a fucking order taker. Okay? Now, I think they should have all done like Joe Kent and said, hey, you know what? I'm stepping down. This is not what I signed up for. This is just disastrous. They should have all done like Joe Kent. That would have been wonderful, huh? If the VP's like fucking steps down and goes, well, I'm out of here. This stupid fucking war. Trump's betrayed all of us. It would have been nice if Tulsi would have done that as well.
Think now. This is why Vance is throwing himself in front of the peace process. This is why he wants to be the guy in Islamabad. He wants to be the guy at Switzerland that's negotiating the MOU, because this is going to be a huge liability, a huge hot potato they're going to have to neutralize in 27, because they're going to be asked okay, Iran war, what did you do?
Completely split the base, dude, this war.
Yes, and his answer is going to need to be something like, well, my job was to support the president. I had no say in the matter. As the vice president, my job is to do what he tells me, but what I did is I brokered the peace, and I was instrumental in ending it and blah, blah. And then the endorsements from Kent, Tucker, and Sachs are going to become critical, because all these people that are furious about the war and are leaving the GOP because of it, they're now aligned with Tucker and Kent and say, oh, these guys are patriots. They're criticizing it. If those guys come around and endorse Vance, it's like, oh, okay, he's cool.
I see what you're saying.
He can't criticize the war.
They're creating his off-ramp right now is what you're saying.
Yes, they're trying to salvage him. So that that's what's going on there.
I mean, it very well could be the case. We could be getting conned again by Kent and Tucker, where this is all just a long game, and then they're all going to jump and support Vance and be like, Vance was against it. He could be right. But I don't know if that's 100%. Let's just say maybe I'm being naive again, but I hope Kent was the real deal. Really, resigned because he's against the war, and this isn't just a long game. So they can have a candidate in 2028 that's doesn't have the stink of the Iran war on them. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't doubt Nick. He tends to call these things pretty accurately. So we'll see. He looks pretty evil right there, that little fucking freeze frame. Yeah, guess who's happy about this? Ben Shapiro.
This is part of a shift that is happening away from the interpretation of this not very good MOU in sort of J.D. Vance fashion and toward a much more Marco Rubio-like foreign policy. The idea is that we're not going to keep overlooking Iranian violence, particularly in the Strait of Hormuz. That's great. It's excellent. And the reason it's excellent is because you need the credible threat of use of force in order to get the Iranians to even abide by basic terms of agreements. And when you add what just happened in the Strait of Hormuz to the move that was made by Secretary of State Rubio at the behest of President Trump in this deal between Israel and Lebanon, you're starting to see the beginning of a good foreign policy emerge once again in the Middle East. Today, says Secretary Rubio, the governments of Israel and Lebanon made a bold decision to agree to a framework that builds a realistic path out of endless.
Yeah, so Marco Rubio went and made a peace deal with Israel and Lebanon. Okay, well, we'll see how long that lasts.
Conflict.
Good, I'm glad. Okay, let's see how long that lasts. And if it does last, I mean, that should help create a peace deal with Iran, because Iran is always putting that into the deal that, hey, you got to leave Lebanon alone.
This agreement establishes a clear and structured process.
Probably just more theater.
To restore Lebanon's sovereignty, disarm Hezbollah, and dismantle its terrorist infrastructure, and enable Israel to return to its borders once that threat to its citizens is removed. Now again, this is great, because what this means is two solid moves in favor of a Middle East that is not built around Iranian power. It is built around limiting and destroying Iran's forward terrorist capacity. So those are two huge moves that just happened.
I knew he would be happy, bro. Anytime bombs are getting dropped in the Middle East, Ben Shapiro is just like fucking coming all over himself. So we got the same. I mean, this shit is like, it's just rinse and repeat. This is one of those theories that came out a long time ago that Charlie Kirk was killed by his microphone. It was they're comparing it to like the pagers. Israel set off a bunch of pagers what was it, in Iran or whatever, that killed a bunch of terrorists. And they're like, well, if Iran can do that with pagers, then why can't they do that with the microphone? And then there's like broken glass in the van that they used to take Charlie Kirk to the hospital. And like that's definitely the broken Rode microphone. It's like, I don't know, man. Look, am I dead set that, hey, it was Tyler Robinson, a lone gunman, and you know, the official story? It's like, no, I'm very open to there being a conspiracy here and it not being a lone gunman. And, you know, maybe Tyler Robinson was the shooter, but, you know, maybe there was other actors behind the scenes that he was working with. Like, I'm open to there being a conspiracy here, and it's not just a lone gunman. But every time they pull out these fucking retarded conspiracies, like, we went through so many. Oh, the shot came from behind him. Oh, it was the camera guy. Oh, it was the guy with the hidden fucking wrist gun, and it just never ends. And now we're back to this one, the microphone. It was a hidden explosive in his microphone that went off, and this is like everybody's just jumping into it like it's a fact at this point. It was definitely the exploding microphone, and I'm like, this is just retarded, and it makes. I mean, I get it. You get a bunch of views doing it, but it kind of discredits the people who are saying, hey, there might actually be a conspiracy here that needs to be looked into, when you guys are just fucking grifting your ass off of this shit for views. But here's Candace, back to her old games. Oh, look, there's glass on the ground of the van. Definitely that means that he was killed by the microphone, because there's glass on the bottom of the van. And that glass looks like it looks like it came from the Rhodes microphone. I don't know, it's just getting stupid again.
The worst people, many of them, across the many events Charlie had, put on stage and given a spotlight by Charlie Kirk. And they are now full-time trying to...
The exploding mic is the only thing that makes sense. Oh, God, please, somebody save me. Am I going to get this again? Everybody's... They believe the dumbest fucking conspiracies in the world. It's exploding mic. Oh, yeah, they wouldn't just use a gun from a guy on a rooftop. No, it's an exploding mic. And then if you don't agree with the dumbest fucking conspiracy that's just ludicrous on its face, people are like, what's wrong with you? How could you not believe it was an exploding microphone? It was clearly an exploding microphone. God, somebody save me.
Convince you that...
I guess this is why this shit gets so much views. Everybody wants to believe that, like, nobody wants to believe any like mundane explanation, like, hey, yeah, a radicalized kid got on a rooftop and fucking shot him. No, that's too simple. It's got to be an exploding microphone. It's got to be a drone. It's got to be a hitman that was hiding in there. Oh, it's got to be his wife had to do it. It's like, ugh, it just gets old, bro.
You shouldn't believe your own eyes, and you should trust the feds. I know vengeance.
Candace Owens ain't after the truth, bro. She's after the views and the money.
Worst.
She's after the attention.
Many of them, across the many events Charlie had, put on stage and given a spotlight by Charlie Kirk. And they are now full-time trying to convince you that you shouldn't believe your own eyes and you should trust the feds. I know vengeance does not belong to me, but I have to tell you, it is really hard for me to curb the frustration, the anger, the disappointment, and equal parts rage that I feel toward those people. Here it is.
I like when she makes that face. I like that face right there. That's not the face somebody makes when they're constantly fucking lying about everything, right? That's the face of somebody telling the truth. Bro, if you want to believe the dumbest fucking conspiracy slop out there, you go for it. But don't come onto my channel and act like I'm the idiot because I don't believe this fucking retarded slop. This is what this is. It's conspiracy slop. And X is filled with it now. You go on X, it's like, I mean, I don't remember it ever being this bad. Like, so many people are posting videos and then like putting a description of the video that's just a complete lie. Just a complete lie. And it's like, that's the new fucking trend on X, is you post a video, and it'd be like clavicular, like sitting down to eat with, who's that chick, whoever that OnlyFans chick, Sophie Rain, right? And it's just all these videos of like, oh, they were kissing and they were this and that. And then like you click on it and there's like nothing they described is actually in the video. But yet there'll be so many comments from people that I guess don't watch the video and just read the description and then comment. And it's like, that's the new fucking trend on X, is just to lie about the video you're posting. And then it gets a ton of views. And what does it matter? Because all that matters to a lot of people is viewership. How much reach does what I put out get? Doesn't matter if I'm correct. I don't care about the truth. I don't care about anything other than how much reach do I get and how do I get more reach? And a lot of times lying and just making shit up is what's going to get you the most reach these days.
Here it is. Any questions about whether that's tempered glass? Now, you can say, you can't necessarily, we all agree it's glass, but it's definitely definitively not.
Yeah, it's glass. So that means definitely it was the microphone that killed Charlie Kirk.
Not the car glass. But you could say, okay, let's arrive at this point.
Oh, God. Am I going to have to address the 30-06 shit again? Okay. There's a lot of hunters, right? You've talked to a lot of hunters. They'll tell you, hey, I've never seen a 30-06 not just blow a huge fucking hole and go right through. Okay, but why are you ignoring the hunters who have before? You can go and you can research this. Many people have, and you can find hunters on fucking forums well before anybody was talking about this shit, before Charlie Kirk died, talking about how they shot a deer with a 30-06 and how it traveled through along the spine and didn't exit. And then you can, find hunters that will come and say, yeah, I've shot a deer with 30-06 and it didn't exit.
At Hypnaudio,
but you guys ignore those. And you say, it's impossible.
Exploding pork chops theory for my money.
I mean, that's as believable to me as an exploding mic. It's just fucking dumb. And by the way, the pagers were fucking huge compared to the mic. Like, people have done the research. Like, they're like, well, if they did it with a pager, they could do it with the mic. The pagers were way bigger than the mic. Okay? Hiding an explosive device like that in the fucking pager, I mean, in the microphone, and then having it actually shoot properly where it hits it, like, I don't know. It's just, at a certain point where it's just getting so fucking dumb. And then the people that are pushing the dumb shit are so high on their own fucking farts that they come in and attack you for pointing out that this shit's dumb. It's like, okay, the Egyptian planes, what happened to that? Well, that was fucking bullshit, right? Can you admit that was bullshit? Of course not. Of course, you can't even admit that's bullshit, right? Okay, what about the maroon t-shirts? It's a military color. Okay, every color can be a military color. Go look up the amount of colors that are associated with the military. What do you mean it's a military color? Well, okay, that was stupid, right? No, of course not. Of course, no, because it's just a fucking history, a giant list of stupid bullshit. And here we're on to the next stupid bullshit, and I'm an idiot for not falling for it. I don't know. That's what makes me attack so hard Candace and her fans. Because they're so full of their own fucking bullshit. It's frustrating.
At Metal 2J's 420 became a member. At Metal 2J's 420 celebrates 5 months of membership. Pretty sure Alex Jones already admitted he did it.
What, that he killed Charlie Kirk? I mean, probably as a joke, he probably said that. I don't remember that. Thank you for being a member for 5 months, Metal 2J. Blind Reflex. People trying to trigger you, ping trolls. No, these aren't trolls. These are Candace fans. I've talked about Candace a lot. I've dove into a lot of these stupid conspiracies for since they've been happening, and covered Candace and called her out for just, to me, what seems like just grifting for views off of whatever stupid email she got from some fucking schizophrenic supporter who sent her an email. The Snow guy, I don't even remember his fucking name, something Snow. Like, that was a total fucking con grifter bullshit, but we always forget about it, and then she comes up with a new scheme, and everybody jumps on it, and it's getting fucking retarded at this point. It really is. But no, I don't think they're trolls. Those are legitimate Candace fans. They're everywhere. You can't talk about Tucker and right-wing politics without attracting the Candace fans. And otherwise, I get along with the Candace fans because we have a lot of agreements. Like, I agree with Candace when it comes to the Iran war. I agree with Candace on a lot of things. But these fucking stupid, just completely mind-blowing conspiracies that just discredit anybody thinking there's a conspiracy there, like, I'm going to call it out because it's stupid.
Microphone is shouted on the car, but it doesn't mean that it was rigged. Let's play devil's advocate. Doesn't mean that it was rigged. Okay. So tell us how it was broken in the car. You go be the conspiracy theorist, because that's what you're going to have to do. Your stories are going to have to get dumber and dumber. And while you're at it, could you also tell us why it is that, despite telling what happened in that car many times, oh, I didn't realize my kids were on the back seat, they heard everything, Frank's praying.
I mean, there's even a conspiracy now that like Charlie wasn't dead and they finished him off in the van. So, and now you got this broken glass on the ground. Explain the broken glass. I mean, clearly this is evidence that Charlie Kirk was killed by a exploding microphone, because there's broken glass on the ground, and it's black glass, and the road was black, so it's probably from the road. It's like, okay. It gets exhausting.
At MFN Damien super chatted $10. The easiest debunk of the Mike hypothesis is the lack of a flash or loud sound from him. I worked a lot of GSWs on the ambulance. Dude got shot, period. Popped his jugular. Simple as.
Yeah, I mean, people are open to every possibility except that. Like, every possibility, dude, except somebody just shot him in the neck. But yeah, I think he was shot in the neck. I mean, the fucking shirt popping up was just the force of the bullet fucking going through, whatever, you know? I mean, but yeah, everything is possible except that somebody actually shot him in the neck.
We're speeding, we're weaving through traffic. I'm just packing that wound. Nobody mentioned this?
So what were they supposed to do? Oh, and by the way, there was broken glass on the ground. Like, that's probably the least of the details people are going to think about when they're carrying basically dead body to the hospital trying to revive it. Oh, and there was broken glass. Oh, I wonder whether... Somebody, please, you got to explain the broken glass, guys.
These are the worst people.
Anyway, this is over. And now she's talking like she really thinks Erica had something to do with it again. She's like, there's a clip of her where she's like, I want Erica to live a long life. It's like this weird little fucking rant about how Erica is like, should feel so guilty that living a long life with this on her conscience should like be really bad for, like, she doesn't want anything to happen to Erica. It's just weird. It's just weird. I think Erica Kirk is fucking weird. I think she's not fit to be like the head of an organization and the face of it, because she's so weird. She's you know, she's like an actress. She's always in like actress mode. But to go to the point where you're like, I think she had something to do with his murder. I think you're leaping to like enormous conclusions there. And here's Nick. Probably one of the most unpopular takes that Nick ever has is to not play into all these stupid conspiracies. And it's frustrating because, again, we're like on the same side. Like, mostly I agree with a lot of the positions of Candace and Tucker and a lot of these people. But then once you step off and you go, okay, we're getting a little retarded here with all these conspiracies about Charlie Kirk's assassination, then it's like, oh, they feel betrayed because we're supposed to go along with everything. And it's like, I'm not going to go along with stupid retardation. Sorry. But here's Nick talking about it. And Nick, I mean, I kind of agree with Nick, but I think Nick is completely buying into the official story. And I'm a little... I don't know if I buy the official story completely, because there is, you know, Joe Kent talked about how there was an investigation into foreign ties, and that was shut down. And that's suspicious. The guy who got up and started cheering and looked right back to where the shot came from and seemed to know where the shot came from and was cheering, that was suspicious. The fucking old pedophile guy who comes out and says, I shot him, that was weird. All the people on the internet who were predicting his death, that was fucking weird. So, like, I expected there to be sort of a network behind this that was going to be uncovered that might have provided some sort of help to this Tyler Robinson, or was maybe, had some sort of were tipped in a way that this was about to happen, or maybe even, a foreign government. Like, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that maybe Israel had something to do with this. But again, you discredit those questions when you keep coming up with all these stupid fucking conspiracies all the time. Then you just make it all look stupid, and like people who are rational they just go, okay, well, clearly this is all dumb, and like the conspiracies are all dumb fucking slop. So you really discredit the actual questions that are at the heart of this, which there's a lot of them.
Charlie Kirk was killed by Tyler Robinson. He was. Tyler Robinson's transgender boyfriend sold him out. His parents turned him in. His DNA was found at the scene of the crime. His grandparents' gun was found in the bush, discarded after the killing. Tyler Robinson was the killer. He confessed. And what was Tyler Robinson? He was part of the radical left. He was in left-wing Discord servers. He organized with left-wing students. He was one of these people that would have been in favor of Zohran Mamdani. He's a radical left, trans liberation, socialist progressive, hick lib. That's what he was. He killed Charlie Kirk. And what immediately happened after Charlie Kirk died is all of a sudden there was a mandate from an angry nation, which was unequivocally destroy the radical left. Everybody in America was horrified by the violence. Everybody other than the most extreme elements on the left. Young people and old people, black people and white people, men and women, boys and girls, gay people. Everybody was horrified that Charlie Kirk was gunned down, gushing blood out of his neck at some campus college event. And the mandate was unequivocal, which is find the culprit, destroy them. And that's exactly what the government was going to do. Didn't they say Stephen Miller and Vance were on the case and they were going to root out and destroy DSA in these socialist cells across the country? But then what happened? What happened right after that is all of a sudden everybody started to muddy the waters and blame it on Israel. Suddenly there was this narrative that people were wearing maroon and there were these Egyptian planes chasing Charlie Kirk.
I mean, I'm open to the possibility that Israel had some involvement in it. I don't think it's 100% for sure, or we even have any evidence that points to Israel. But I'm open to Israel or some other foreign actor being involved. And I'm open to it just being the left as well. Because it seems like people forget the left is fucking crazy and violent and dangerous. So you can't just dismiss it. Like, there's no way it was just a left-wing transfer. It's like, they're fucking crazy, bro. Have you been paying attention? But yeah, it's also could be some foreign government involved as well.
And there were a bunch of Israelis.
Because it is, Charlie seemed to be making a lot of waves behind the scenes when it came to the Iran war. He clearly wasn't going to support it. That was clearly the where they were going. They wanted to have the Iran war, and they knew Charlie wasn't going to support it. So there is a bit of a motive there. But other than that, it's all speculation.
He's there. And what about the angle from behind him? Didn't Charlie Kirk didn't he just crash out on Bill Ackman? Would you like to know where this narrative originated? The narrative that Charlie Kirk was killed by Israel originated in the gray zone with Max Blumenthal. Max Blumenthal is a Jew. Max Blumenthal used to work for the SPLC, the Huffington Post, Slate, the most far-left publications that are out there. And you think this guy criticizes Israel? He was out there doing hit pieces against David Irving, the Holocaust, the World War II historian that happens to be a Holocaust revisionist for the SPLC. He's a radical leftist. He's a socialist. And Max Blumenthal is the one who initially promulgated the false narrative in the gray zone that Charlie Kirk might have been killed by Israel. Max Blumenthal made up the story that Bill Ackman crashed out on Charlie Kirk. He made up the story that Netanyahu tried to pay Charlie Kirk $200 million to stop criticizing Israel. Neither of those things were true. Bill Ackman.
Here's a big problem, dude. So much shit on the internet now. And this is, like I said before, X is like, it's becoming a big problem with this. It's just people are just making shit up for views, dude. And then retards like Sonia Cosman read that shit. And then they start calling people like me stupid for not buying into the fucking lies and the bullshit being fucking propagated, dude. Sonia, you always seem to show up anytime I'm talking about it. Do you watch the show all the time, or do you have some sort of notification for the moment I say Candace Owens that you just show up. How's that work, Sonia? Because I never see you. Unless I'm talking about Candace Owens, and I can be guaranteed Sonia Cosman is going to come in and call me stupid for not believing conspiracy 19 out of the 100 fucking bullshit conspiracy they've gone through in the last, September 7 months or 9 months now, September last year.
And brought the receipts.
Time flies.
It turns out that Charlie Kirk asked for a meeting with Bill Ackman, selected the people that attended the meeting. And all those people then went on a trip to Israel after the retreat. This $200 million contribution was never corroborated by any other source. But that was the story that everybody took, Candace Owens included, and it was off to the races. And you know who else was pushing this narrative all over social?
I got a question for you, Sonia. What happened to the Egyptian plane, Sonia? Was she wrong about the Egyptian plane, Sonia? What about the French hit squads that were coming for her, Sonia? Was all of that right, or has she been wrong 99% of the time, and you're just like, oh, you're an idiot for not believing this 1% of the time she's right? We'll just stick with the Egyptian planes. What do you think about the Egyptian plane, Sonia? Is that still something we should be concerned about, the Egyptian planes?
Social media, the American Communist Party. The American Communist Party, headed up by Hazal Dink and that other nitwit Jackson Hinkle. Those were the people that were the shock troops pushing it on Twitter, and that's because maybe some people have suggested that Tyler Robinson was in their Discord server. So whose head would have been rolling on the floor? Whose head would have been rolling down the steps had the government and society been unified against the radical left? It probably would have been those people that were pushing this narrative that it was anybody other than the radical left that did the killing. That's how.
Let's just hear it. How far back I gotta go? I just didn't comment right away. She's here. She was here earlier. Did you guys didn't block her, did you? I don't want her blocked. I like Sonia. One day she'll come out of her Candace Owens obsession stupor. Yeah, you guys didn't block her, did you? Where is she? Where'd you go, Sonia? You guys blocked her, didn't you? Did you time her out or what? Where'd she go? Did you block her, El Jefe? Did you time her out or something? Because, yeah, I don't even see... I scrolled up and couldn't find any posts from her. I know I saw it earlier.
What started?
And now people think I'm hallucinating. Like, no, I saw her fucking comments.
But then it kept rolling on and on. When the socialist Nicolas Maduro was extradited from Venezuela, who was out there saying that was an Israeli op? The far left. When ICE killed those two protesters and Hassan Piker and the radical left in Minneapolis were firebombing ICE facilities and attacking ICE and attacking Border Patrol, what did they say then?
Yeah, guys, that's it. I'm hallucinating. Fuck off, bro. Jesus Christ. Fucking so many trolls today. Maybe I didn't scroll back up far enough. Because I didn't respond right away because I was, whatever it was, I was in the middle of something else. Now you guys got me fucking scrolling all the way up to find her fucking comment. Okay, whatever. I think El Jefe is the only mod in here, so if El Jefe didn't block her, I don't know what happened.
Said, well, ICE is trained by Israel. It's an Israel issue. And this is the pattern. The left is pushing their agenda everywhere, always, their ideological agenda. They're pushing their agenda covering up the murder of Charlie Kirk. They're pushing their agenda covering for Cuba and Venezuela. They're pushing their agenda covering for these Somalian migrants in Minneapolis. And in every single case, they hide behind Israel. And they say, oh, the left didn't kill Charlie Kirk. That was Israel. Oh, you think the left did it? What are you, with Israel? We didn't remove Nicolas Maduro because he's aligned with China and Russia. No. We removed Maduro because of Israel. What are you, with Israel? You support American empire? You're with Israel? Same thing with ICE. Oh, you don't support Somalians stealing all the tax money and sending it to their country? What are you, with Israel? ICE trained with the IDF, you know? What are you, with this pro-Israel administration? This is what the left is doing.
I mean, it is possible it was just a fucking crazy transfer. It was very possible. And Sonia was definitely there, guys. Stop gaslighting me.
Super chatted $4.99. What if Charlie put a hit on himself to get away from Erica? Tilda Candace Owens.
Is that the next fucking Candace Owens conspiracy? Oh man. I don't know. I don't think they were happy. I don't know, maybe they would have got a divorce. I don't know. Erica is like, she's too performative. She comes across as fake as fuck. And I don't know, man. There were some weird things with that relationship. Here's Tucker talking to Trump's social media advisor, reveals Trump's true feelings about Mark Levin. I watched a little bit, about a minute of this earlier, but let's watch this. I thought this would be interesting.
Mark Levin has inspired more people to join BDS than, any campus group ever. I mean, Mark Levin is like...
What is BDS, by the way? What is that?
He's currently trying to get me fired, by the way.
So that's the question. It's like, okay, Mark Levin hates Trump. He's always hated Trump. He's worked against Trump openly for a decade. And then Trump does something that he agrees with, and he's...
Yes, Dante's Guide deleted her messages. Okay, I finally have it now. Dante's Guide, be easy, bro. You don't gotta ban Sonia. She's a sweetheart. She's just...
Andrew Wilson 760 became a member. At Andrew Wilson 760 celebrates 10 months of membership. Sonia is just Candice will manifested into physical form.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't have the password, right? Yeah, I can... Let's do it this way. Just so you guys you keep calling me like I'm fucking crazy, okay? That's Sonia. And Dante deleted her messages. Hopefully, Dante, if you did, you just timed her out and didn't completely ban her. Thank you, Andrew Wilson, for being 10 months. Okay, you assholes trying to make me think I'm crazy, like I'm having some schizophrenic break or something. Sonia, I know Sonia well because Sonia always shows up anytime I talk about Candace, and she gets mad and she says shit like this. Gay, what did she say? Hold up. Gay people like Nick. Let's see this one. Robinson never has confessed in person, just through notes and texts. Laugh out loud. Will you stop doing that? Plenty of evidence, mate. Yeah, Ping is painfully dumb. That's the last message I saw from Sonia. I'm like, oh, Sonia's back at it again. She's back at it. Ping brings receipts. Yeah, I had to go into the YouTube chat.
67 super chatted $10. Ping brings receipts.
Thank you, Jefe, for the 10. Yeah, because I don't see this because I also got the chat in OBS, because a lot of times what I'm looking at is OBS. But I had to go to the YouTube chat to actually see that her messages were deleted. Okay, see, here's another one. Or no, that's blind retracted a message. See, and then you guys try to gaslight me. What if I would have gone crazy? What if you would have given me actual schizophrenia and I would have believed you that she didn't exist and it was just in my head? Is that what you want? You want me to have some schizophrenic break? Unfortunately, I'm too mentally healthy for that, boys. Okay, that's not going to work on me. But yeah, guys, what are we doing? People are allowed to attack me, okay? If it's just spam where it's just like, every 10 seconds, they're like, pink sucks, pink sucks, pink sucks. Like, and they're just saying the same thing over and over. Okay. But if they're just saying I'm stupid or whatever, please don't get rid of them. And if you do, just time people out as well, because you know how hard it is when you hide somebody, like permanently hide them, to go find them in that list, to unhide them. YouTube needs to make that better. Because if you accidentally hide somebody, trying to find them in that list is like fucking impossible.
Wilson 760 super chatted $2. Mossad hacked you to validate the hallucinations.
Dude, don't even get that one started. Oh, you're right. Maybe I am schizophrenic. You guys are trying to make me schizophrenic. That's sad. I'm in here. I didn't block her. No, yeah, it was Dante. Dante's another mod. I forgot he was a mod. Dante's good. I like Dante. He helped me start the Discord. So no shade, Dante, but Yeah, I mean, you know, if they're just attacking me, let me be the one to get rid of them, okay? Right? Only get rid of the spammers or people that are like
He's the gatekeeper.
Threatening death, you know, people that are like threatening to kill somebody, you know, like really overboard type shit.
Or to Trump and Trump's best friend. Now he hates Trump again.
I really wanted to go at it with Sonia. I wanted to call her out. I'd like to see her response to like, what about the Egyptian planes? That was stupid, right? Can you admit that was stupid and a bunch of bullshit? Because if you can't even admit that was stupid and a bunch of bullshit, that Candace has fucking just claimed she was going to add more details, and then all of a sudden months fly by and we haven't heard anything about it because clearly she was wrong and the data she had was fucking proven to be bullshit. I'd like to see her respond to that. You know, sometimes I like to go back and forth with the haters, you know?
And he's attacking Trump. How long does Trump continue to be friends with this guy?
I don't know. You know, the president is unique. He can handle people who criticize him. And, you know.
He can.
You know.
He doesn't think they're low IQ, crazy people?
Only some.
Fair.
And look, but I don't think Mark Levin was ever the president's best friend. You know, the president has different opinions
Trump
around
was
him.
tweeting out. Well, I don't think Trump likes him. So that's my opinion.
Potentially he was just saying it to F with you. You ever think about that?
That's totally possible, by the way. That's literally possible.
So look, I think he is part of a Republican Party that has been left in the past. And they are
clearly they're not left in the past when they have the largest say in this administration and Trump is doing their bidding. So how are they left in the past? They're left in the past politically because they can't win elections. But if they can still parasitically take over a fucking presidency and have them do their bidding, then they're not in the past. They're very much in the fucking present.
Are desperately trying to remain relevant. And they use conflicts, whether it's in the Middle East or Mark Tyson, for example, the conflict in Ukraine. They use these issues to have a little bit of relevance to maintain their.
And Dante, if you can confirm, did you just time her out or did you like actually hide her?
Presences on Fox News, but the people aren't with them, and you see it in polling. Again, 67% of Americans support MOU. You look at Mark Levin's Twitter feed. He acts like everybody's against it. Nobody's against it except for Mark and his friends who are probably coordinating in their messaging and talking points. But
can I ask you one last question?
Yeah.
I think it's a totally correct analysis. And by the way, I fall for it. And I always try to remind myself, Mark Levin is not a player in any affairs, global or local. He's irrelevant. And his job is just like make me mad and suck me into his fantasy world. And like, I should just ignore this. And you clearly have already figured that out. So it was a year ago that the president and Levin were at some event and Levin goes and basically puts him in a headlock.
Yeah.
By the way, because you know, this is Trump's social media advisor that he's talking to.
Donald Trump is much large, a big man. Levin is a dwarfish man. So he kind of leans up and pulls him down like that.
Yeah.
And the president, well, first of all, he's the president. Okay.
Right.
Second, he's famously not the guy you put in a headlock. He's not into it.
Or hug.
He's just not into it.
Yeah.
And Levin does that. And so, and the message, of course, is like, you know, you're my boy. I control you, right? I was disgusted by it. But whatever. That happens. And so you look at it and you're like, okay. And then Trump tweets like, if you want to get the real truth, watch Mark Levin's lowly rated show on Fox Weekends. And so all of a sudden he just like pivots in one day and starts saying things that are true, in my view, brave. I'm cheering Trump when he says this and he's like, oh, we're out. This is too much. Can't deal with it. We're going to run out of oil. You're not going to be able to get gasoline. Like that's terrible for America. We're stopping. What caused that change?
Well, it looks like now, Tucker, because again, this is probably a couple of days ago when he did this interview. It looks like it was all just a con to keep the markets, to get the price of oil down so they could continue the war. I fell for it too, Tucker. Don't feel bad.
I believe he felt the mission was accomplished. And it goes back to the fact that he is not somebody who wants forever wars. He's not somebody who wants forever conflict. He felt that he was able to deliver on his campaign promise of preventing Iran from ever having a nuclear weapon in a little over 90 days. And we have the Iranians now at the table negotiating a deal with JD Vance and our team. And I think the president is happy where things lay. And now people on, Mark Levin crowd, who were the president's biggest cheerleaders, are now opposed to what he's doing because they have a different agenda for Iran.
Very convenient, right? So because he said, I will not allow Iran to have nuclear weapons, that means that he actually was always for another stupid Middle East war, right? No, because he actually talked shit about how weak presidents were, like how Obama was so weak, he probably was going to start the Iran war and not be able to negotiate a deal, and how that would be a fucking disaster. So, they both can't be true. And most of us took, I will not allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon, to be like, he's going to continue putting on the pressure that every president has been putting on to not have a nuclear weapon, to sign another deal, to have inspectors come in, all that shit. I didn't take that to mean, well, we're definitely going to have a war with Iran. And the whole idea that Iran was about to have a nuclear weapon is fucking bullshit. Again, the Ayatollah had a fatwa against nuclear weapons. They were fucking, now though, they're probably more in pace to have a nuclear weapon than ever before, because you got rid of that Ayatollah and now they're under attack, and it would be really dumb for them not to want to have nuclear weapons. So in my opinion, and I think it's hard to argue against this, the decisions we're making now are putting Iran on a faster course to get a nuclear weapon than if we had never done this.
They have a different vision for how to handle Iran. And I think that's wrong. But the president's position has been consistent. You can find videos of him in 1987 saying Iran should never have a nuclear weapon. And he was given certain...
No, Volps, I saw that too. Volps says, didn't we just take out Aragachi, the foreign minister? I saw a post earlier, haven't confirmed. No, that's more of that X bullshit, Volps. Where everything you read on X now, everything that's going viral is just straight up lies, dude. That was just somebody fucking making some shit up and getting a bunch of views off of it. You got to be really careful with X. There was a point where it was kind of, maybe it was a lie, but most of the time it wasn't. And now it's like all the shit that's getting pushed in the feed is just the biggest liars, dude. It's like, what's the biggest lie I can fucking make up to get views? And then it goes viral. So yeah, no, that was bullshit.
Intelligence, how to take it out. And he did. And he eliminated their Navy.
That intelligence did not come from the United States.
He eliminated the Navy. He eliminated their Air Force. And he has got them at the table to ensure that they never have a nuclear weapon.
So, but this was my complaint from the beginning, and I'm not here to defend the IC or 18 intelligence agencies, but there was no American intelligence that said Iran was on the brink of building a nuclear weapon. That came from Israel, and they lie, and they lied to Trump. And I told him that, before.
Our own intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, basically said that they weren't. So again, Trump trusted Israeli intelligence over our own intelligence.
Or this started, because it was obvious. So why would the United States ever rely on Israeli intelligence again if they just lied us into a war that got a bunch of Americans killed and that raised gas prices?
It's very sad to see the loss of the soldiers' lives, and I know the president was certainly upset about that.
When Trump ate this, basically said, we're going to do things we don't want to do because it's in the best interest of the country, this MOU. Mm-hmm. No one wants the MOU, but it's better than the alternative. I admired that. I said so. And I immediately see these people who are Trump's best friends, true MAGA people, like Mark Levin and the rest, they're the true MAGA. Yeah. You can't get anywhere near MAGA. You don't know what MAGA is. Okay, son. All of a sudden they're like, Trump's a bigot or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or JD Vance is an anti-Semite. That's where, I was like.
Bro, X is so annoying, dude. Because it's every time they claim they're improving the algorithm, it just gets worse. So the other day, Elon's like, we have to scrap it and start over from scratch. Yeah, every time you say, oh, it's going to be better now, it just gets worse. And then you make another change. Oh, it's going to be better now, it gets worse. Yeah, scrap it. Go back to the beginning. I don't know. Whatever you're doing is not working.
I thought that was the most interesting thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was certainly coordinated, absolutely. And
by whom?
It's a good question. There's people that certainly speculate. And look, I think Mark Levin, I think he's friends with the president. And maybe he's friends with the president. But Mark Levin,
he's friends as long as the president is doing Israel's bidding. The moment he stops, he's going to fucking attack President Trump. Because again, none of these people are really friends. We keep using the word friends. Everybody's using each other. And if you're doing something for them, they'll like you and act like your friend. And the moment you stop doing something for them, they're going to turn on you and attack you, dude. Because that's politics. Everybody's in the business of getting something. They all want something. I want America first. I want no new wars. I want taxes drastically cut. We don't hear about any of that shit anymore. We don't hear about abolishing the IRS or fucking getting rid of income taxes for people earning under 100K. We don't hear about Doge and cutting expenses and that's the shit I want. And if I'm not getting the shit I want, then yeah, fuck you. This is no friendship. This is fucking, we got shit we need to get done. Fuck that friends bullshit.
I don't think Trump likes Mark Levin at all.
Mark Levin was somebody who opposed Trump in 2016.
Yeah.
He actually encouraged his audience in 2016 to stay home, don't vote in the general election. He was a DeSantis supporter in 2024. So he's not like this ultra MAGA guy. And so it's a little frustrating. Look, I've disagreed strongly with many statements that you've made recently. And so all these coordinated accounts, right? They're saying, Alex, you call out Mark Levin, but you don't call out Tucker. Why? And to be honest, I think that's kind of a fair point. You've criticized the president. And I haven't called you out. And I haven't called you out for a couple of reasons.
Call me out.
On social media. Because I know you personally.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have a conversation with you about where I disagree on in person rather than being a keyboard warrior. I don't know Mark Levin personally. So I have a philosophy in my life. If I don't know you personally, I can hit you on social media. If I don't, I'll have a conversation to your face.
I generally agree with that.
So, early on when the war started, there was predictions by some voices, including you, that striking Iran could lead to World War III. Voices like Ian Carroll, who's also been on the program, predicted that we'd put ground troops in Iran by now. Those predictions haven't materialized.
Yeah, but they're still on the table. It's still very well leading to that. Because if we don't just fucking at some point go, hey, we're done. Okay, and again, Trump's ego is going to make that fucking difficult because in order for us to walk away, you got to accept a little fucking defeat because this is not going to look like a victory. So if Trump's unable to walk away, at some point, it is going to have boots on the ground. And there might already be fucking boots on the ground. There's a lot of theories that we've lost a lot more troops than we've admitted to. So who knows what's really happening?
And so I think,
but boots on the ground is still possible.
So saying that it would be important to the audience. I think there's a lot of hysterics on both sides of the issue. Early on,
the president threatened to eliminate the civilization of Iran, so that would qualify as World War III. He threatened to put ground troops on the Karg Island and mainland Iran many, many, many times on Truth Social. I've been reading it for 3 months. None of that happened. I'm so grateful. Yeah. I don't care.
But I'll just say it didn't happen because it didn't not happen because of pushback of voices like Ian Carroll. And then they come out and they take a victory lap and say, see, we prevented this from that. Nobody's listening to the grifters on the pro-war side or the anti-war side.
Well, let me just correct the record and say I am under no illusions about my power. Yeah. I don't seem to have any power to change any of it.
Really? It doesn't seem that way because Trump did the MOU, and maybe that was all, again, just a long con to get to manipulate the market. But once that came out, Levin, Shapiro, all the usual characters started attacking Trump, and then he capitulated, and now we're bombing Iran again. So it seems like they do. It seems like the MAGA crowd does seem to have a lot of control over Trump's decision making.
No,
unfortunately,
I think you have a very powerful voice.
No, I don't.
No, I
argued with Trump for 10 years against doing this. He took other counsel. That shows you how much power I have, 0. And so I was not able to prevent this, and I don't think I had any role in ending it. So I just want you to know, I don't think I had any effect.
But I just think that the hysterics started off as being the anti-war hysterics, and maybe they had reason to be. The president's position on Iran, I don't believe has changed. For 30 years,
we're just all like a bunch of hysterical women. No, bro, I don't know, to downplay the betrayal of Trump's original agenda, what he ran on and what America First was about. And then when we fucking are upset, it's just hysterics. No, dude, we're fucking calling you out for being a lying piece of shit.
And find statements of him saying Iran should never have a nuclear weapon. In 90 days, he delivered on that promise. He struck him. Okay. 90 days later, MOU says Iran will not seek nuclear enrichment. He never wanted to do a forever war. He never was going to put boots on the ground. If he has to, I'm sure he will. But I don't think we have to.
That's a good point. Silo Sabini, he says, one really weird thing, Trump never calls out Nick Fuentes. I remember him being asked about Nick one time, and he kind of acted like he didn't know who Nick was, even though he had dinner with him. Remember him and Kanye had dinner with Trump? He always acts like he doesn't know who Nick Fuentes is. So that is a little suspicious.
But his position hasn't changed. He also is against forever wars. He's always been against forever wars. So I think that doing a quick military excursion is different than obviously Iraq and Afghanistan and what the neocons' fever dream is. You know, Mark Levin probably wants to send 1 million Americans.
Bro, okay, yeah, it's not a forever war. We're definitely on the track. We're on the path to a fucking forever war. Oh, it's only been 100 and something days. Bro, it was supposed to be like 2 weeks. I mean, it's giving me flashbacks of COVID. Oh, 2 weeks to stop the spread. We're 100 days into this shit. According to what you guys said, it would have been over already a long time ago. But again, you were just pushing the Israeli propaganda that, oh, we just got to do this and it's over. Yeah, well, that was a lie, clearly. And it shouldn't have, a lot of people shouldn't have fell for it. I didn't really fall for it because common sense tells you we start bombing a country, that's going to radicalize them and is going to cause them to rally around their country because a foreign nation is dropping bombs on their fucking head. And that's exactly what happened. We didn't get millions of people taking to the streets to overthrow the regime. We got millions of people to fucking back the regime because they're getting attacked by a foreign nation, which again, just common sense.
Troops.
No doubt about it.
So lots of reasons to get obsessed with.
I think Tucker needs to change that country song. Man, I can't believe we're almost 2 hours. Dude, the time flies so fast when I start the show. Almost 2 hours already, for fuck's sake. Links are in the description if you want to support the show. Much love, everybody. Smash the thumbs up. We're at 77, almost at 100. So yeah, we had that crazy fucking earthquake in Venezuela. Here's some footage from it. Oof, this is loud as fuck. Let me turn this down. This is pretty terrifying. And no, this is not AI. Have any of you guys been in an earthquake? I've never been in an earthquake. Like the worst natural thing I've ever been in was like in New York, there was a hurricane when I lived there for a little while. And it was windy enough that like you could lean forward and it would hold you up, but that was about it. But man, what's more terrifying than Mother Nature? Like when you watch these videos of like tornadoes ripping through shit, you know, the tsunami footage from Japan. And then this earthquake shit, like all of a sudden the earth is just moving underneath you and it's terrifying, bro. Mother Nature is terrifying.
Ya, por afuera que tenemos. No sale de allá. Hermano, no, fuera más peligroso, hermano. Por allá. Señores, al puerta 4.
Tranquilo, tranquilo. I think tranquilo means like relax. I think I watched, there was a Netflix series about Pablo Escobar that was like made in Latin America. I think it was made in Mexico. And it was all in Spanish. And I think my Spanish got better from watching that. Tranquilo, tranquilo. But yeah, that's terrifying, bro. Just to have the whole world open up. And yeah, there's a lot of footage going around. And I'm kind of suspicious of this footage, to be honest, because again, I think one person makes a video where they're like playing it up about how good American food is, which by the way, American food is good, like especially American barbecue. Texas barbecue is like probably the best food in the world. But I think like one person does a video where they're like, oh, the Texas barbecue is so amazing. And then, you know, and then it gets a bunch of views. And now every fucking foreigner that's visiting the country for the World Cup is like, oh, I got to make one of those videos where everything's so fucking great. I think there probably is some truth to this though, because we are the greatest country in the world. Okay.
Oh, that's it right there. And on a scale of 1 to 10, where you put that? 10.
By the way, this one Cane's ain't that good, bro. Do you guys like Raising Cane's? My problem with Raising Cane's again is they don't have cream gravy. I went there and all the sauces are bullshit. If you're gonna serve chicken strips, dude, if you're gonna serve tendies and you don't have cream gravy, then what are we doing? Like, what's the goal here, dude? Get some fucking cream gravy, okay? Maybe they changed. Maybe they have cream gravy now. But the one time I went there, they didn't have cream gravy, and it just ruined everything for me.
Amazing. That's not beans on toast, buddy. No, it's better than beans on toast, that's for sure. This might be the best barbecue food I've ever eaten in my whole entire existence. This is incredible.
This guy's been making a killing. I've seen like 10 videos from this guy where he just eats some American food and acts like he's just had the greatest meal of all time. And maybe he has, because the food in Britain does fucking suck, so.
This is so good. This is why everyone kept telling me to have it.
Right now, if we had Chipotle in Australia, I swear to God.
See, Chipotle, come on. Chipotle ain't that good, bro. Are we going to do this again? People don't know what fucking cream... last time I said cream gravy, people don't know what cream gravy is. How do people not know what cream gravy? Yes, it's the white gravy.
At Cybertwitch super chatted $4.99. All trending social media are Sipes, It's Big Ranch and Big Barbecue and Big Chicken trying to promote their food.
I've noticed there's a lot of... They're going crazy about ranch, too. And I'm like, ranch is like... I mean, I don't hate ranch, dude. Like, you know, you get some like... What is that shit called? Like those like cheese sticks, you know? Like the mozzarella sticks. Those are... You dip them in ranch. That's pretty good. But dip them in marinara sauce is even better. And a lot of times, like, I don't know. Ranch ain't bad, but they're making it like they discovered like the greatest thing ever.
I would do that every single day.
And this is bullshit. Chipotle is garbage, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try that one as well.
Called country gravy? No, okay, look. We called it cream gravy. That's what we called it. Okay? And in case you don't know, it's made using heavy cream. So that's why you call it cream gravy. Where I'm from, that's what we grew up calling it, okay? So you call it what you want. I'm going to always call it cream gravy.
Oh my God, Queen Lizzie. That is
This is American barbecue. I can understand this reaction to American barbecue.
properly scrumptious.
I'm in America for the World Cup and trying Chick-fil-A for the first time. Oh my days. That's a...
Is it really? I mean, look, Chick-fil-A is good, but is it? It's just a chicken sandwich, bro. It's just a good chicken sandwich. Like, I need to start making videos like this. I'm just going to go to some restaurant and whatever I eat, I'm going to be like, oh, it's so good. Like an over the top reaction to everything. Oh my God, I'm trying nacho fries for the first time. Oh, let me dip it in the cheese sauce. Oh, I'll go viral, dude.
Proper chicken burger, isn't it?
By the way, the only good item Taco Bell has anymore is the nacho fries.
Charlie, I'm being real. Chicken by itself is bland. I'll be straight. The chicken is so bland.
Yeah, the Raising Cane's chicken is not that great. Well, I don't know if the chicken... I mean, look, by the way, I'm not a fan of chicken. I like chicken tenders with cream gravy. Without cream gravy, I'd have no interest in them.
Yeah. You want one Coke Zero or two?
I can refill this 1,000 times.
This guy's at Waffle House, right? There's a guy who goes to Waffle House too, and he makes a big deal about it. I'm like, oh, okay, look, I like Waffle House, but let's not pretend like it's anything special. It's just typical short order fucking breakfast, which is great. We need to bring back that short order shit, you know, where you see them cooking it right there behind the bar. And we need a Waffle House. Can you open some fucking Waffle Houses in San Antonio, please?
Good.
That combination is
Yeah.
so good.
Look at the size of it.
Yeah. I do get it with the portion sizes, because our portion sizes are fucking crazy. Here's this guy in Texas is giving all these World Cup tourists the like real Texas experience, dude. You know, mudding, fucking riding horses and shit.
four-wheeling through the muck of South Central Texas.
This is fun.
Drew Haas.
This is what Texas is really about right here.
Invited two couples from Poland and France to his 30-acre spread for a 2-day taste of Texas.
I want to show them my Texas and get them to experience that because I wanted to open the world.
Okay, so if you don't have a right ear, you're probably not going to hear this because it's only coming through the left ear. Okay, because I'm just getting ahead of the comments that go, I can't hear it. There's no audio. Probably because you only have your left earbud in or something, okay, or your right earbud. This is left ear only, okay?
Rolled up to my home. My soul's been lit on fire.
Your soul's been lit on
fire? Been lit on fire just seeing all these people enjoy themselves here.
Let's do some cowboy stuff.
David Mazur and Martina Bijinska live in Silesia, southwestern.
Damn, she's fucking jacked, bro.
In Poland.
And you're going to go out, and then
She's too jacked for me. I don't get dudes that are into jacked chicks. Like, if I'm with a chick and, like, we're getting a little hot and heavy and I see shoulders like that, it's a turn off to me, dude. It's a
gonna grab my hand right here.
Big time turn
Haas
off.
taught them to dance the two-step.
I would say it's all new to us. My dad grew up watching like John Wayne westerns. You just want to see it for yourself.
I was a bit skeptical about it, but then I just feel like, yes, I can do this all day.
Haas also took them to Buc-ee's.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos of them freaking out about Buc-ee's. I think I went to Buc-ee's one time and I'm just like, can I just get my cigarettes? It's too much going on here. But yeah, people love Buc-ee's, man.
This one has 98 pumps.
I've never even eaten their sandwiches or anything. Maybe I should try one of their sandwiches sometime.
And aisles of Americana. Think about it. They were smitten by a mega gas station.
this is the America that I want to live in. This is the America that I know it can be.
Turns out America is her own best ambassador.
We really love this lifestyle. We enjoy.
No, it's not that she could whoop me, because by the way, she can't. Okay? She's a tiny little chick with man muscles. That doesn't mean she can fucking beat me up, okay? Let's get real here. Even me out of shape, I could kick her fucking ass. Okay? What are we doing? Let's not pretend, all right? It's just, it looks manly, dude. I can't get into a chick if any body part looks manly. Because I'm not gay. And these guys are like, oh, it's not gay to like muscle chicks. Yes, it is. It's so fucking gay.
Through the muck.
Oops. Where'd I leave off? Right here?
From Poland and France.
That was much for. Look how jacked. Dude, she's so jacked, bro. She looks like Brock Lesnar's daughter.
Wanted to open the world up to my home. My soul's been lit on fire.
Your soul's been lit on fire?
Been lit on fire just seeing all these people enjoy themselves here.
Let's do some cowboy stuff.
David Mazur and Martina Bijinska live in Silesia, southwestern Poland.
And you're going to go out, and then you're going to grab my hand right
T. Copeland. Why do we got to make up these weird theories? It's just, the T. Copeland says, it's just an insecure thing. When someone who's out of shape, I think is what you meant. If you see a girl that's that in shape, it brings anxiety and insecurity out that you're not as in good shape. No, I'd like her to be in good shape, but just not look like a man. Do you not understand how that's manly features? To have a chick with jacked biceps and big fucking shoulders and pecs, and it's like, those are manly features, dude. And I'm not into men. So it's okay if you are. I'm not shaming you. If you like chicks that look like men, God bless you. Date all the muscle chicks you want. But it's not that complicated, dude. You don't need some psychological explanation. It's a manly look. And I like dainty chicks, okay? I like dainty chicks.
here. Just
Haas taught them
Same thing with fat chicks, too. Like, it's kind of manly to be fucking fat and have a big gut.
to dance the two-step.
I would say it's all new to us. My dad grew up watching like John Wayne westerns. You just want to see it for yourself.
I was a bit.
But the two-step is the easiest dance to learn. It's the only dance I've ever learned in my entire life is the two-step.
Skeptical about it, but then I just feel like, yes, I can do this all day.
Haas also took them to Buc-ee's. This one has 98 pumps.
Yeah, I'm a little gay, El Jefe, but not just. Come on, El Jefe, don't call me out, because then there's I'm part gay, but that part has nothing to do. I don't know. Stop it, El Jefe. Now you gotta make me rationalize my jokes, dude.
And aisles of Americana.
I do that for algorithmic love, okay? Because I have a feeling if I come out as Jewish, part black, part gay, half Mexican too, yeah, I'll get a little more algorithmic love, okay? Shh, don't tell anybody, okay?
Think
Just
about
go
it.
along.
They were smitten by a mega gas station.
This is the America that I want to live in. This is the America that I know it can be.
Turns out America is her own best ambassador.
We really love this lifestyle. We enjoy every second of it. We just want to like soak it.
Yeah, who wouldn't, dude? Having a fucking ranch, dude, that you could just do. I mean, it's like your own little country having a ranch, bro. You can do like literally anything you want. These guys that have ranches, they can like murder people. No one's ever gonna know. You just bury them on my fucking 100-mile ranch. Who's ever gonna fucking find them? You're literally like a sovereign fucking as you can get in this society, having a giant ranch.
Then
look at that. You can go fucking. You don't even need a seatbelt. You just take your fucking truck off road, do whatever the fuck you want. True freedom. Which half is gay? That's a tough one. I don't know, dude. I'm part gay by blood, okay? It was passed down. I don't know. Stop making me rationalize the ridiculous shit I fucking say. Now I gotta rationalize it. Don't think about it too much. It ruins it, okay? A guy asked a German World Cup visitor, "Where do you think you'll take away from your visit here?" And without hesitation, the response, "Ranch." Guys, ranch is not that great, okay? You know what's better than ranch? Cream gravy. And I imagine none of them got to experience cream gravy because all the corporate slop is taking away the God-given fucking right to have cream gravy. Dairy Queen doesn't. You go to Dairy Queen, you order their chicken strip basket, you're going to get some fucking cream gravy. Oh, country gravy, whatever. The white gravy. That tastes like fucking amazing, okay? Okay, we used to dip our fries in it, we used to dip our toast in it, and we used to dip our fucking chicken strips in it. It's the gravy that they put on, what's it? Oh, fuck. I never ordered the shit, but the chicken something or another that they bread. Whatever, I can't remember the name because I never order it. I'm never a fan of it because it's too rubbery. That chicken shit that they put. The only good part of that chicken is the cream gravy they put on top. Otherwise, it would be just fucking rubbery chicken. Fuck that.
What do you think you'll take away from your visit here in the United States, back to Germany? Ranch.
Come go get it. What's the name of the plate? That is like chicken and then they bread it and it's like a rubbery chicken and then they put chicken fried steak. Thank you, Akuma Skill. Yeah, it's garbage without the cream gravy. Try eating some chicken fried. It was a cube steak, right? They make it out of cube steak. It's like the shittiest fucking steak ever. It's all rubbery and blah. But they pour cream gravy on it. It becomes amazing because that's what cream gravy does. It makes everything amazing.
I love ranch. I tasted here and it's delicious. And I take 2 bottles with home with you.
No, we got to confiscate that. You can't take it home. Got to confiscate that. Here's somebody saying we owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Yeah, they've been propagandized to think that like America is so bad and then they get here and they go, holy shit, it's amazing.
We owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Everyone is so friendly, everyone is so accommodating, and I've honestly had the best time. I fly home Sunday and the English have a song where we say, please don't take me home, I just don't want to go to work, let me stay here and drink all your beer. And I've never resonated with that song more than in America for this World Cup. I wish I could stay and finish the tournament watching England.
Nope, too bad, go home, don't come back. Hey, you got a little tourist visa. You're lucky to come here and experience it. Now stay the fuck away, okay?
So if anyone is out there that can help me make this happen, then please let me know. I want nothing more.
I'm sick of these Brits. They take all of our fucking jobs, bro. The thing about British people is like that fucking accent makes everybody think they're like super intelligent and smart. So you just show up with a British accent and they're like, oh, here's a fucking manager role Oh, you want to do voiceovers? You know, like the world just opens up to you because your stupid British accent. You know how many people in Britain make a good living making YouTube videos for an American audience, and the only thing that they got is that they got a British accent? Just having a British accent, it just, I don't know. We need to outlaw British accents in America.
More than to stay in the USA, finish the World Cup, and meet more fantastic Americans. We owe America a huge apology.
That's fine. You can repay us by just staying home. Stay out of here with your stupid British accent. Americans are just built different.
I still haven't got my head round what we experienced in the US. Because I'm from the UK, you know? The UK is a bit soft. We went to a rodeo on a casual Thursday night.
Okay, well, I can understand that. Rodeos are, they're something else, bro.
Didn't think much of it. We get there, the atmosphere's nice and bubbly. We're watching big bulls be ridden.
Big what? Big balls?
Next thing you know, there's three men trying to hold one down, and the horn, boom, launches into one guy's head. He gets flipped over, almost separated from consciousness.
They don't speak proper English in England. Get out of here with that bullshit, Smokey Randy. You must be from another country, I imagine, Smokey Randy, because a lot of the other countries speak like a British form of American, so they think like British English is the norm. British English is for retards, and it needs to be outlawed.
I'm thinking at this point, ambulance must be called. If it was the UK, ambulance would be called immediately. But nope, they just picked him up, brushed him off, sat him down, gave him a beer, and carried on like nothing had ever happened. If that was in the UK...
And then he died 24 hours later from a brain bleed.
Hey, the ambulance would have been called. The whole event would have been shot.
Yeah, they probably should have called an ambulance, but we're not that bright sometimes.
Americans are built completely differently. It was wild.
Hey, I mean, Spain, the running of the bulls, that shit's wild too. So we're not the only ones that do that sort of shit. I mean, at least we don't do the running of the bulls type shit. I don't know. That just seems like madness to me. Europeans just exposed the lies told about America as they visit for the World Cup.
The women! Jeez!
Oh, come on, dude. Our women are... What are we talking about here?
The football! Yeah!
What do you find the American people to be like?
Friendly and full of hope and positivity.
Okay, so a lot of these people are in Texas, and yes, in Texas, like that's the best experience. Like where you're going to meet the South in general, but Texas specifically, you're going to be treated very nicely. But we still want you to leave. Go home. We'll be super polite and nice to you when you're here, but you better fucking go home, boy. Better go home. This ain't your home.
Very hospitable, very helpful, great fun.
Really communicative. You talk, and everybody wants to have a chat and talk to you. And we love the US. Greatest country in the world.
I was really amazed of the hospitality here in Texas.
The people are they're in Texas. No, I mean, look, if you're getting the Texas experience of America, you really are getting the best experience.
Really friendly.
And everybody's been super hospitable and friendly. You got any single friends?
I do. I have plenty.
I just want a passport, you see. But I'm not...
Yes, American women are better than British women, okay? I'll give us that.
Bad to hang out with, too.
And so what do you think of Texas?
Oh, Texas is great. Very, very good steak. Buffalo steak was wow.
You found the people in Texas to be so far?
Very polite. Friendliest people we've seen since I've been here. We've got lovely people. Makes want to move over here, but we can't, so it's fine.
So much more friendlier. Everyone in London's miserable because the weather's rubbish. It's raining all the time. But everyone is lovely. The sun's out. It's great. It's so good.
Lovely and friendly. Yes.
It has nothing to do with the weather. The weather here is miserable. For a huge part of the year, it's like fucking just so fucking hot. It's just that's the way we were raised. We were raised to be polite. And we're losing that in the cities. But if you get a little bit, even in the suburbs outside the city, people are still old school friendly in Texas. And we've always been that way. But we also don't fuck around. So, you know, don't piss anybody off. Because unlike New Yorkers who talk a big game, like, we will punch you in the face, okay? We won't just sit there and scream at you, and we'll actually punch you in the face. So you got, I mean, there's a reason why you have to be polite, because there's more risk to not being polite in Texas.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah, so don't listen to everything that you're hearing on newsreels and media, would be my advice. It's been wonderful.
Okay, is there anything that you do here that you couldn't do back in England?
Apart from a gun in my back pocket, drinking while I'm driving, no, not really. You can take that out, right? This is a live feed, you idiot.
Well, we can't drink and drive anymore. We lost that freedom. The World Cup has destroyed this Asian guy. He's, again, just another guy just making a living off just like eating something and acting like it's the greatest food he's ever had. Which, by the way, barbecue, I can understand it. All right, well, I thought this was going to be an actual video of the Japanese guy. It's just a cut. Here's this one. He actually fell. So this guy fell in love with America.
What's the saying? The grass isn't always greener. Let me tell you for an actual fact. The grass is 100% greener in the US. And everything else over here is way bloody better, okay?
Blind Reflex, what are you talking about? Because Blind Reflex says, shit has changed here. Used to be everyone waves and is chill, now heads down and fuck off vibes. The cities, so like in small towns, you just drive by, because, you know, in the small towns, you got a lot of two-laner, little country roads. You drive by somebody and they'll wave at you as you're driving by. It's you wave back. And like everybody's just polite, and nobody walks by anybody without at least nodding their head in acknowledgement. If not, you know, actually saying, hey, how you doing, buddy? Like having a conversation. And we used to have that kind of in the cities as well, but we're losing that. Also because we got so many out-of-towners, man. So many non-Texas types that are in the cities now. And, you know, it was kind of always going to happen in the cities, to be honest. But if you get outside in the country or you go into small-town Texas, you still get a bit of that. But I don't know, maybe it's been a while since I lived in a small town. Maybe that's changed as well.
Everything. The people over here are kinder and more friendly and more willing to give you a hand. The activities out here are endless. Honestly, kayaking, mountain biking, water rafting, hiking, snowboarding, skiing. There's just so many. Paddleboard. It just goes on and on. The scenery. Just look behind me. Just look at what I'm witnessing right now. Look behind me. It's incredible. In the UK.
Yeah, you don't have trees in the UK, or? Well, actually, the UK doesn't have
Corey
shit.
Smith 1381 became a member. At Corey Smith 1381 celebrates 6 months of membership.
Thank you, Corey.
These fucks don't use freedom units of measurement.
True. That's very true. That's one reason we can never trust them and allow them into our country to pollute our beautiful culture. So, that has nothing to do with skin color. I don't want the white Brits too. But if they're hot, if they're a hot woman, yeah, we can bring in the hot women. Only hot women, I'm telling you, that's all we can accept from now on. Hot women, if you're a male, go back home. Stay home.
On the weekend, you'll ask someone what they're doing, and almost guaranteed they'll say, I'm going to the pub. What, the same pub that you've been going to for years? Yeah. Over here in America.
No, but that happens too in America, dude. Like in where my mom's family's from, Pennsylvania, that's all they do. Pennsylvania, I mean, I noticed because I spent time in Pennsylvania. That's actually most Pennsylvanians. It's all just they go to the pub. That's it. They go to the local fucking watering hole, and that's their activity every day. And they're all just a bunch of drunks, really.
People are doing different activities every weekend, getting out in the nature, seeing things, doing things, socializing, living life to the fullest, man. This country is something else. It absolutely rocks. Best believe I will be living here in the future. Best believe.
No, sorry. Go home. Go home, bro. I mean, look, man. We have enough immigrants, bro. Just go home. We can't look, have fun, have your little vacation, but you better not overstay your visa, okay? Go the fuck home, please.
Just look at this, man. Look what I'm looking at. Mountains over there, lake behind me. I love the USA, man.
Good. You can love it from across the pond. You can love it all the way over there in Britain. World Cup tourists are discovering Buc-ee's, and the reactions are priceless.
Okay, I'm here, and I'm going to show you something freaking awesome.
I know some people really love Buc-ee's. Like, I don't hate Buc-ee's, but
You want to see what a gas station looks like in America? Check this out. It's called Buc-ee's, and it's this big.
and it's not a gas station in America. It's like a truck stop more than a gas station. They're always outside of the city limits. It's just calling it just a gas station is a little misleading because it's like a truck stop, and you have other truck stops that are like fucking huge and have like showers and all kinds of shit.
Ding, 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 and still this big, and oh. Now that's what a gas station looks like. When you want to see what it looks like inside, let me show you real quick. You guys missed the Buc-ee's? Let me show you how awesome this place looks. Just notice, no trash, no one begging, no one doing drugs, no one stealing, no one's breaking into my truck. Look at this. Just huge. Just huge. Look at that. That's a gas station. A convenience store, shopping mall, whatever you want. Take a look at that.
I had a friend of mine who said, like, you got to try their sandwiches. Their sandwiches are so good. I've never tried their sandwiches. But if I do, if they have really good sandwiches, maybe my opinion of Buc-ee's will go up. But to me, it just seems like kind of like a souvenir shop in a way.
Wow, look at this. Sweet. And it still carries on. You know when they say everything's big in America?
And no, I'm sorry, Buddhists. I don't care if they're nationalists. They need to stay in their own country, okay? We're full. We need rent to go down. Here's this Chinese guy.
The original sauce here.
But I don't actually, I think he's Japanese. Sorry. Sorry about that.
Like this. Oh my god. And then grab. How big is it?
Bite.
Wow.
Which is funny because like there was a point, I don't know if this is still going on, but like Japanese Twitter was going viral in America. And that's all they cared about. They were like obsessed with like Texas and like how much meat it is, and like because they don't get like access to meat the way we do in Texas. And so here's this guy finally enjoying himself some good old Texas meat.
Your first ever bite of Texas barbecue. What do you think?
Amazing!
Hey, that's a shark bite.
I love
That's
it!
the definition of a shark bite.
Like not hard.
Tender.
Tender. Yeah,
tender.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to say. Yeah. Umami is delicious.
Is he saying mommy? It is kind of cute how much the Japanese are a cute people, by the way, especially when they speak English. It's so cute. And it is cute how much they love Texas, because they do. They fucking love Texas, dude. Like when they think about America, like Texas is where they want to be, and that's smart. That's smart. Yeah, I think I saw that one already. What's this one? We got another one? Let's see. I think this might be a compilation.
What do you think about American like barbecue? I like that. It's not nothing.
This is making, dude, I honestly don't get enough Texas barbecue. I need to eat more Texas barbecue. It's making me jealous. Here I am in Texas and like I never eat Texas barbecue.
Yeah, like a muffin. Yeah, it's like a muffin. No, that's actually pretty good.
Whoa. What we doing? Stop with the knife. Oh, you pull it apart with your hand. And listen, hold up. And you take your fingers and you lift that up and you eat it.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
I love that guy. Don't be a bitch. What are you doing with a fork, dude? You grab that shit and you eat it and you get messy.
Okay. No. I'm sorry I let it get that far.
No.
Cheers to the best ribs in America. Oh.
Bro, if you cheers your meat with your buddy while you're eating some barbecue and you cheers and touch meats, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is technically gay. And you are now technically a gay person.
My gosh. Oh my god.
It is the most succulent meat with the most beautiful glaze.
Can you see how cleanly that's come off the bone? I'm sorry.
I'm going to give you my honest review. Select the sides, choose your meat, smile and be happy. You're in Texas eating barbecue. A pint of mac and cheese, please. Tell me the meat.
I think I probably sound okay for you guys. Where do you come from? You're gonna start with this?
Yeah. You got a lot of food there, buddy. So I think we should take half of that away from you. Oh my god.
I think they're at Rudy's, huh? That looks like Rudy's.
I like that. It's like a smoky, spicy sausage. What's this? Rib. Beef rib. And that's pretty good as well. Now we got barbecue on it. This is dope, man. This is so good. We had that yet? Wow. It's all insane. No.
You are gonna bring all your pants. Guys, I'm here! Terry Black's barbecue. Guys, this is the queue. Mind you, it is 11 a.m, so I'm very confused. It looks good. It turns out there's a queue inside as well. Oh, sorry.
You went there during lunchtime. I mean, I'm sure Terry Black, I've never been to Terry Black's. I'm sure there's always a line, but if you go at lunchtime, what the fuck do you think's gonna happen?
I'm so excited. This is so American. So these are the sides. I got Mexican rice and coleslaw, but I'm thinking about getting the peach cobbler.
Mexican rice and coleslaw. What a terrible choice.
Oh, hell yeah. It's so like...
We should have nearly got a bit of bread. Imagine wrapping that in bread and having like a little sandwich.
The sweet and tiny sauce.
See, she can stay. Okay? Whoever that annoying dude is she's with, he needs to go back. She can stay.
We're gonna bring all your pants. I think the brisket so far is actually my favourite, but never in my life have I had a rib that just falls apart like that. Finally, Texas barbecue. What should I get? I definitely recommend the brisket and also one of the sausages. What did you get?
Okay, so we got beef rib, brisket, and then the jalapeno cheddar sausage, and then some mac and cheese.
Okay, we are at Terry Black's barbecue in Texas. This is the platter what we got. Brisket. I already see how juicy it is. Let me start with this one. Elote and coleslaw. First impression. So
I never understood coleslaw. Coleslaw is fucking disgusting to me, dude. Anytime people are like, oh, I got coleslaw as a side, I don't think I can be friends with you. Coleslaw. You got mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese. You got all these other great options, and you're bringing coleslaw? Fuck off.
So juicy. This is crazy. I'm not gonna go back to Miami and eat anything else ever again. It's so tender. The juice, brisket. This one is not as juicy already, but I think it's just because it's brisket and not the ribs that it's juicy. This is the slice. This is the slice. It's like softer even. Side. But the cream tastes a little bit like ice cream, I have to say.
This place in Memphis came hard.
Yeah, potato salad. I hate that too. I don't get potato salad.
Highly recommended.
We got there nice and early and were shown to our table and looked through this menu, which was just full of delicious meaty insanity. I decided immediately.
Look, I know sauerkraut's healthy. I'm not 100% against sauerkraut, but I can understand it. I can understand sauerkraut. I don't like it. I personally will avoid it, but I can understand it, okay? So I'll let that go.
At Andrew Wilson 760 super chatted $2. Coleslaw is only good on a pulled pork sandwich.
Why would you ruin a beautiful pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw, bro? Dude, if you served me a pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw, I would cry. I would cry because I'd be like, oh my God, I would have been so good. And then you had to ruin it with coleslaw.
Immediately I needed to go and look at the pit. Sadly, that did not help with my decision making at all.
Okay guys, we got the ribs. Comes with beans and slaw.
Here. I am drooling watching this back.
God, that fell apart. Okay, now I'm getting stuck into the briskets. We'll see.
This is sad because they're never gonna, because they're gonna go back to Britain and they're gonna try to recreate this and they're never gonna be able to do it. They're just gonna always fucking thirst for some beautiful Texas meat, and they're never going to be able to scratch that itch again. This is kind of probably torturous for them.
Fun fact.
They got to go back to their beans and toast.
Exceptional. Okay, we've got a key lime pie and a buttermilk chest pie. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to taste it.
Okay, we're gonna try the key lime first. That is good. I'm really interested to try this buttermilk chess pie. Please excuse me. Not the way I just found out that this place does delivery.
Dude, what is the nasty white sauce that they put on coleslaw? Whatever that sauce is just disgusting to me.
And immediately placed an order because I need this in my life. That was incredible. We are both stuffed. Vin told us that he'd been there for 34 years.
Oh, did you get stuffed, huh? I don't know. Can she stay or she's a little too mid, huh? Yeah, I mean, she can stay too.
And the best bit, not much has changed. And that right there is the biggest reason to visit. And if you can't go, you can have it delivered.
Americans know how to do this right. So first, we choose our sides with some beans, some mac and cheese, which looks absolutely insane. And now, the main event. And some brisket. Oh, look at that.
That is, fill me up, man.
Wow. We went with some spicy sausage.
Yeah, brisket is just, it's so amazing.
Two. Brisket, like, we got a load of brisket, bevo mac and cheese.
Bevo mac and cheese.
Ready? Cheers. Just look. Just look.
Yeah, I'm gonna
have a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoy it, dude. Like when Gordon Ramsay came down and like learned about Texas barbecue, and he went to that, oh, what's the name of that place that's like out in the middle of nowhere, and it's only like open for a little while, and it's like world famous or whatever, and it's like an old lady that makes all the barbecue. She's like in her 80s back there slaving away cooking the barbecue. That was nice. Because Gordon Ramsay respects some Texas barbecue, but he's another one. He's got to go back to Britain. Okay, you've spent enough time here, Gordon. You need to go back home. All right, everybody. Yeah, this one went by fast. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Who we got in the chat here? Buddy Valhalla. I need to get a smoker. Yeah. Braising is underrated too. Braising
67 super chatted $5. All of these coleslaw fans eat it with their pinkies up and preferable off a hard penis.
That explains a lot, bro. Yeah, I never, there's certain foods I just never understand. Coleslaw, pig's feet, deviled eggs, like all that shit is just so disgusting. I don't see how it's palatable to anybody, dude. Like deviled eggs, like, I don't know. It's so disgusting. People love that shit. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this made out of? Puke and urine? It's just, ugh. And then coleslaw is another one of those tastes where it's like, oh, like horseradish is another one. It's like, tartar sauce. Ugh. But yeah, I mean, to each their own. If you like that shit. I miss the good old days when brisket was cheap because it was a throwaway cut. Bro, no, dude, beef it's just insane, the cost of beef. It really is insane. I was buying like, gee, it's been so long, I don't remember the cut of beef, but it was like, I would buy like a big slab of, was it like beef shoulder or something, or what? And then I would braise it, and man, it was pretty close to being like as good as barbecue. Braising is underrated, dude. If you've never braised some meat, it's another way to get meat to be like really soft and tender. But you know, you got to cook it low and slow for a long time. And yeah, if you've never braised some meat, you should give it a try. It's pretty nice. Good old days are long gone. Yeah, I was watching another. I guess I didn't save it, but there was another one where a guy was at Waffle House and he got just like a basic breakfast with like 2 eggs, toast, bacon, and a waffle, and it was like $13. And he was like, "It's such a deal. It's only $13." And I'm like, "Bro, that used to be like $6." It's not. It's. I mean, yeah, maybe it's a deal now with current prices, but it's like, oh shit, dude. You don't understand how good we had it, you know, if you think $13 is a fucking deal. No, I do love me some pineapple on a pizza. Yeah, I don't hate it. I could have like one slice with the pineapple on it, but more than that, it's like, yeah. It's kind of like same thing with waffles and pancakes. Like pancakes, I could have like 2 bites of a pancake and enjoy those 2 bites, but then not one anymore. So I don't know if it's too sweet or like there's something about like certain sweets, like waffles are a little different. I can eat more waffles. I don't know. It's the crunchiness that makes it like, I don't know. But like pancakes, dude, like 1 or 2 and like 2 bites. And I'm like, ugh. I don't know how people can eat 4 or 5 fucking pancakes. Pineapple pizza is okay and I'm Italian. Yeah, I mean, I would never order pineapple pizza. I like meat lovers, dude. Throw as much meat, dude. Throw some fucking Canadian bacon, some sausage, actually Supreme. It's just a lot of places fuck up the Supreme pizzas where it's like, because there's so many toppings, like they either undercook it or overcook it. But like a really good Supreme pizza with like all the toppings is fucking amazing. The one thing I'll never deal with is anchovies. And I had to deal with that growing up because for some reason my dad loved anchovies on pizza. We could never go to a pizza place without him asking to get anchovies on it. And then so we'd have to like figure out a way to make it work where we'd be like, okay, half of the pizza is no anchovies and the other half is anchovies. But then I quickly learned that if there's an anchovy within a mile fucking radius of your pizza, it's going to taste like anchovies. So even if you got it half and half and you ate the half without the anchovies were so strong that they would make the non-anchovy side of the pizza still taste like anchovies. I never got it, man. I never got it. They were so salty. The ones I don't even know if Pizza Hut still carries them, but it was like just so salty. It's like, oh. But yeah. No, that's too many toppings. No, Supreme. So whatever puts Supreme, you got the bell peppers or whatever, mushrooms, fucking olives, fucking all the meats. Give me as many toppings.
Yefer-67 super chatted $5. Love you guys.
Thank you, bro. Love you too.
Ping. Make sure you hit the like on the way out.
In a non-gay
and ring
way.
that bell if you want notify.
Yes. Please smash the thumbs up if you can, guys. We're at 82. The goal is always for this humble little show is to get to 100. And it looks like we're going to fall short of 100, and I'm going to have a hard time sleeping tonight. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. I guess we'll end it here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you again, El Jefe, for the 5. Everybody that supported the show. Smokey Randy, I love anchovies. The fancy ones are completely different to the cheap ones. Yeah, because we've gotten anchovies before from other places where like they weren't salty. They were just like, it was like a fresh fish they just pulled out of the water. But the ones like Pizza Hut used to have back in the day, it was like they stored them like in a salt container. Because they were so fucking salty and they were so strong. And yeah, just having them anywhere near your pizza would fuck your whole pizza up. Almost at 100. Yeah, we're getting there. Great night, guys. Great show, Ping. Much love. Thank you, Brian Reflex. Tee-hee-hee-hee-ish. I only like Supreme if the veggies are diced very finely. Okay. I understand you're a man of taste. You want it a specific way. Used to be a fishmonger. Caesar salad is BS without anchovy. Oh, I don't know, dude. I like Caesar salad, but just keep anchovies away from anything I'm eating, dude. They ruin everything. I mean, I guess if you like that flavor, you like the flavor of nasty fish that have been dipped in salt for 10 years or whatever, then good for you. Congrats. But I don't know, man. There's a reason most of these pizza places stop carrying anchovies because like nobody wants anchovies. There's like one person out of a million. I remember when my dad would order anchovies, everybody would be like, really? You want anchovies? Are you sure? I don't think anybody's ever ordered anchovies on their pizza. This is the first time. Anyway, much love, everybody. We'll see you on the next episode. I'll try to pump out a few more before the end of the month. So look out, 9 p.m. like usual. Links in the description if you want to join the Discord. That's the best way to get notifications. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Much love, okay? Take care.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notification.